Kia ora, nau mai, hara mai, hello and welcome. Sky Broadband Rapid League Round 5 action coming your way. Hope you're well. Justin Nelson with you. And sitting with me tonight, Miles Pearce. Great to catch up with you. Te Rauparaha Arena, the Queens and the Kahu. And when these two come together, Miles, we expect fireworks.
We do indeed. This is going to be a great hit out here and just really an encore for the game coming up just after the Rapid League.
Going to be a big night. Settle in when these two, as I said, go head-to-head. We always see some good things. Grand final rematch, of course, coming up a little bit later on tonight in the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi. Let's have a look at the ladder as it sits at the moment. What a thriller last night up in Tauranga. It had everything, of course, with the Pauakai in the Tauihi game getting home by just 1 point. They also won the Rapid League game. They moved to 12. The Phi dropping back a little bit. The Queens win tonight. If they can get 3 points or all 4, they'll jump to the top of the table. That's how important it is for the home team. The Kahu have been in some form lately, though.
They really have, and you notice their last Rapid game, they started an unbelievably great squad in that Rapid League game and carried that over into the Tauihi League.
So that's the ladder as it sits at the moment. Of course, another game to come tomorrow with the Hoi Ho at home to the Phi. That game being played in Queenstown. The starters tonight for the BBNZ Kahu, Aotearoa, Bailey Flavel, another young, exciting talent. Crystal Ledger-Walker, Keely Tinney and Amari Thomas, the import, getting another start in the Sky Broadband Rapid League.
And that just goes to show how important these points are. Starting an import in the Rapid League, they know that they need these points, and they're chasing every point, every way they can.
The Ansco Foods Queens, Kenny, Beck, Graham, Mason, and Lokatui. There's some real experience there as well. All Kiwi lineup.
And this is what I love to see in the Rapid League. It's not that we're not trying to win, but Stella Beck and Tegan Graham, Barris Mason, Lokatui, like these are some great players playing major minutes in the Tauihi League as well.
So let's have a look at the TAB head-to-head for the Sky Broadband Rapid League tonight. Saturday night hoops live on Sky Sport. The current form, the points per game. Stella Beck and Crystal Ledger-Walker going head-to-head in Rapid League. I like that. And Tegan Graham, I think, will get the job on Amari Thomas.
Yeah, I can't see them matching up any other way. It's going to be exciting to see these guys go at it. These are some great athletes and some very high skill level.
In the Rapid League so far, the Queens are 4-2. The Kahu are 3-3. The coin officials for this one tonight: Sam Pan, Amy Jo Clark, and Taylor Lynch. So not too far away from a start. If you are new to the Sky Broadband Rapid League, we do like bringing everybody up to speed with the tweaks and the rules. 4x4 minute quarters. No coach timeouts. Each team has a Sky City player timeout per half, exactly the same as we see in the NBL and Tauihi. But the big twist here is that 5 players starting for their respective teams in Tauihi tonight cannot step on the court in Rapid League. It's all about players 6 to 12.
And this is huge for development. You can see the Kahu starting one of their imports, which just means someone else is going to get an opportunity to start in the Tauihi League.
Well, we're going to get a chance tonight to see young Bailey Flavel as well, co-captain of the New Zealand under-16s. She was in the all-tournament team at the under-19 nationals this year, averaging 22 points a game. She's 16, by the way. I did say that. And, of course, we all know the father of Bailey Flavel. Tonight it's all about Bailey Flavel, but we will give Judd Flavel a quick call out.
We'll give him a shout out. They did quite well this year. Judd, congratulations to the Canterbury Rams getting that done, and now he's plying his trade with the girls, with the Pauakai.
Absolutely.
Particularly while Josh has been away with some Lincoln University responsibilities.
Yeah, good to see Judd getting involved there as well. Close to a start here. The crowd will continually build as it does through the opening games of these fixtures. Tauihi still to come later on this evening as the Kahu and the Queens prepare to lock horns here in Porirua. Really looking forward to seeing Tegan Graham in this game tonight. First time that she's played these early minutes. we know what she's capable of, especially shooting from downtown.
Yes, indeed. She has come up from a great collegiate career, and it's great to see her being able to apply her trade here at home, back at the professional level.
So will she go to Thomas, or will Paris Mason go to Thomas? Don't forget, Paris Lokatui's out there as well, so very forward heavy. The Queens, they win the tap, but straight to Ledger Walker. Quick fire start. Flavel with the opening shot with the miss. And Graham comes down with the rebound. This is the sort of pace that Rapid League games are played at, Miles.
Which is great to see. I do like the idea of Queens are a little forward heavy, but they're also very athletic and mobile, so they don't lose anything in terms of positional.
Good hand defensively from Tinney. Now she goes to work offensively, turns it over into the clutches of Tegan Graham. And I reckon Tinney may have given Paris Mason a bit of a push heading back down the floor, and that's why we've got the whistle.
Paris Mason did a great job of showing hands and taking a chest bump on that drive, forcing a tough shot, and unfortunately, missed shot compounded with that foul. Made
her Tall Ferns debut this year, of course, Paris Mason. A youngster on the rise. Here's Paris Lokatui, back from injury, missed last season. Tegan Graham. Here's Latava Kenny, shot clock at 7. Beck, no score in this game as yet. Beck on the drive, she does that so well. And Stella Beck, the captain of the Tokomanawa Queens, will head to the TAB.
You just love to see the composure and the poise there. Shot clock running down. Stella's got the ball, ability to get feet and paint, make a play, get to the foul line.
Missed the opening 3 weeks of the season, Stella Beck, while she was overseas. Came back in for her first games last week. Had 7 points and 8 rebounds in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. And then in GJ Gardner-Holmes, Tauihi stepped out and had 13 points in that game as well. So she's getting her feet under her.
And it won't take her long. So much experience and knowledge. She'll be getting back to it, and the Rapid League is just an opportunity for her to do that.
Here's Thomas inside with her first points. One thing I'm really interested to see tonight is whether the Queens defensively try and front Amari Thomas, because once you get stuck behind her, the result is usually going to end in a basket for the Kahu.
A basket or a foul, you're right. She is tough down low. And I am a fan of the old school post. I feel like the old school is still a good school. So looking forward to her going to work down low on the block.
Turnover there for the Queens. And now the Kahu with a chance to add to their early point straight into Thomas. Hands it off. Flavel on the move against Paris Mason. Does well defensively. Thomas swings the ball. Ledger Walker, shot clock at 4. She's got to do something special here. Steps back on Kenny, misses back of the iron, and here come the Queens, down by 1.
And I love the pace. As you mentioned earlier, the pace of this, we're getting up and down, and an opportunity as we see a great drive. Kenny finishing with the right.
Latava Kenny, back playing National League basketball this season. And not too long ago, gave birth to a second child. Was married last year as well, so she has been away from the game, Latava Kenny. Some may remember her as Latava Whippy, of course.
Yes.
But she's been very, very busy with home life and family life as Thomas adds another 2.
Which is awesome to see her back at this level so quick.
Kahu by 1. Here is Kenny. Closely checked at the moment by Rihanna Rangi. And getting around, finishing on her left. Back-to-back baskets for Kenny. Good start for her tonight. Queens have it by 1. 90 seconds to play in this first. Foul called. Amari Thomas with another basket. She's off to the TAB. Good start for her tonight. She has all 6 points for the Kahu.
And she is a handful. Absolute handful down low. So the Queens may need to look to front, as you mentioned earlier, front her, change up, double. They've got to do something or else she is going to be scoring a hell of a lot of points down low.
Well, she has all 7 right now. Beck. Lokatui steps around, doesn't get the roll. After it, there's a foul on Thomas. Reaching in. And maybe with Thomas, the Queens have got to do their best just to try and push her out a little bit wider, get her away from that post. Easier said than done, but also limit the delivery to her as well. It's not just about when she's got it, it's before she gets it as well. One to keep an eye on. Here's Kenny. She's had a hot start. Look at that. Another basket for Kenny. And we've got two players doing all the scoring at the moment, Miles.
Doing everything. They may as well just get out, roll the ball out, play some one-on-one. But with this Queens lineup, as we mentioned, you can see Paris Lokatui trying to get a front on that. The Queens can almost switch everything here.
Kenny with a rebound. Huge. Mason keeps it in, but it's all Kahu. Queens lead by 1. Dying stages of this opening quarter. There's Thomas receiving again from Ledger Walker. I don't mind the foul of Lokatui there. No,
not at all. Stops play, gives the Queens a chance to reset their defense.
GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. Latava Kenny, nothing but net on the triple. And that pushes the home team back out by 1. Tanya Tupu, championship winning coach, of course, last season. Grand final rematch tonight. Ledger Walker catches, shoots, back of the iron. Whippy was facing, I shouldn't say Whippy, Kenny was facing away from the ball to start off with, but the Queens do get it back. Oh, nice shot from range from Paris Lokatui.
She really has a number of tricks in her bag, and the ability to shoot the ball is one that we haven't seen a lot. So it's great to see her step out and knock that down.
Queens lead 10-7. Ledger Walker now. Shot clock at 7. Game clock at 7. End of the first quarter coming up. Flavel, can she add here? She can. Big basket right on the buzzer. And that ties us up to quarter time. 10 apiece. And a good start both ways.
It is indeed, considering both teams are averaging just a shade under 30, 29 and 27 and a half, respectively for the Queens and Kahu. 10 in this first quarter. The ball is, they're letting it rip and it's going down. Great to see.
And that's what you can expect in Rapid League basketball. It is up and down stuff. The Kahu, Jodie Cameron, having a chat to her charges. And I can assure you that's not the score. 10 apiece as we prepare to enter the second quarter. There's 1 minute between quarters and 2 minutes at halftime in Rapid League. And that's the only opportunity the coach has to speak to the team. Some news out of the Kahu. No Penina Davidson tonight, Miles. That's a big, big gap in their lineup. Look forward to hearing what Jodie Cameron has to say. Who's going to cover, of course, but she's out tonight. On the upside, had it confirmed this morning from the Kahu that Talia Tapia, who is in the building, out with a shoulder injury at the moment. She's already popped her shoulder out twice so far this season. But maybe some light at the end of the tunnel. A chance that she may be back in uniform for season 2023. That is big news.
That is great. She definitely adds value to their entire roster, both on court and off. But the things that she can do with ball in hand and create shots she can create for herself and others is very valuable.
Well, let's not forget MVP of the inaugural season in Tauihi as well. Eva Langton into the game now, pulls up at the TAB, gets the friendly roll off the front of the iron. We've seen Eva Langton light it up a couple of times already in Rapid League this season. Ledger Walker, expect her to play big minutes here and big minutes later on tonight. On the move. What can the Kahu do here? Can they come up with something late? They can't, although bailed out with a foul. Awatia Leach was on the drive. And I think it was Sopawanga just reaching in at the last moment. How did you see that?
I'm not sure who they called that foul. It could have been Sopawanga. It could have been on Langton. I'm not quite sure. But those situations there, you've got to understand the time of the game. On those last minute things, you've got to play hands out. Don't give the referees any reason to make a call, because that shot clock was going off. We see an offensive foul there.
Yeah, Amari Thomas just turning her shoulder into Sopawanga. There it is right there. And the coin officials right on the scene to blow the whistle. Queens by 2. Latava Kenny has been instrumental. Here she is with ball in hand. Graham now. Lokatui steps out. Graham pulls up and swish, puts it down from the elbow.
Her mid-range game is very, very tough. She is unbelievably good on that pull-up. So if she can get to her spot, Kahu are in for a long night.
And as expected, Graham now has the job on Thomas. You can see her fronting in the post. Ledger Walker for 3. Halfway down, rattles out.
Thomas is such a good rebounder that if you get caught fronting and can't get back around, Thomas is going to do a good job on the glass.
Sal's Hoopheads. Check your guides, Sky Sport, every week. Join us around the desk for plenty of basketball talk. Midway through the second here, back cut, Sopawanga off the wing, the feed from Lokatui.
That is a great cut with intent to score, and an even better pass to deliver that on time, on target.
Nice work by Naomi Sopawanga. 3-point is a good shot. Aotea Leach averaging just under 4 points in Rapid League this season. Also playing some good minutes in Tauihi. Brings it back to a 3-point margin. Graham has Flavel in front of her. Steps around off the screen, pulls up and puts down another 2. Starting to heat up, Tegan Graham.
This is what the Queens have been looking for from Graham, just an ability to score the ball.
Ledger Walker on the drive. Takes out 2 Queens, but importantly draws the foul, and she'll head to the TAB. Here's the replay, just picking up speed there on the left. And she's a handy 70% from the TAB this season so far, Crystal Ledger Walker, who, for those who have been tuning into Sal's Hoopheads each week, has become a regular member around the desk. Great to have her on board. Join the TAB, deposit $10 and get a free $50 bonus bet. T's and C's apply. R18, and please gamble responsibly. Official stats partner of the Sky Broadband Rapid League, the TAB.
It's been great to have the TAB line and being able to get those guys involved.
Lots of new partners joining basketball at the moment here in Aotearoa. Langton on the turnaround, a little bit deep on the shot. Queens lead at 18-15. Thomas inside on the seal does well.
She's got such a soft touch around the basket. Runs the floor, gets a great seal and finds that inside.
She has 9 in the game now. Stella Beck answers. 2017 the score. We'll get that score ticker back up for you shortly. Queens up by 3. Rangi on the drive, sends it out to the corner, through hands. Thomas for 3, yes! Inside, outside stuff tonight from Amari Thomas, and she levels it up at 20 apiece.
Doing the damage inside, stepping outside, doing a little bit of everything. We've got a little break in play here.
Yeah, just some confusion on the sideline on the score. The Kahu are just questioning the score. What's interesting here is coaches talking to the Kahu team. That's certainly not allowed and is quickly broken up. We've got the score at 20 apiece as the officials just have a quick chat, and we've got it here with the Queens as well. So this isn't allowed unless the referees have said to the teams, while we sort this out, head back to the bench, and that's probably what the Coin officials have done, Miles.
I believe so, and from a coaching standpoint, I'm taking every opportunity to have a word to my guys, and I'm sure that the coaching staff of both teams, as we see Coach Jody Cameron here at the bench and Coach Leanne Walker taking that huddle.
Well, there's been some quick scoring, so I can't sit here with confidence and say the score's not correct. From where we sit, it feels like it's correct, but there is a long debate going on the sidelines at the moment, so I'm not exactly sure as to what has been missed, if anything has been missed, but we currently have it at 20 apiece with 44 seconds to go in the first half, and maybe this is something to sort out at half-time.
Maybe it is because this is now, it's just that little bit of a break in play, and the pace of the game has been so incredible that something as simple as can we check the score can really upset the rhythm of the game.
Well, and upset the rhythm which way? Because both teams at the moment delivering the goods at either end, and there's been no change. So the score is correct. So for that entire break, everything is spot on as far as we've got it in front of us in the score table. The officials here doing a good job. Loose ball, Kenny picks it up, pulls up, another two. No, doesn't go down. Thomas with the rebound. Thomas has 12 points, has not missed a shot so far. Turnover there against the Kahu through Rihanna Rangi. And there's 0.2 on the clock. Sorry, 27 seconds on the clock, I should say. So plenty of time here for the Queens to come down and set up.
There is indeed. The issue for the Kahu right now is the glass. They've only got one rebound so far. As we see another great back cut.
Langton misses what she should have taken then, Miles, as well. It was a slick pass from Latava Kenny. Bad miss there for the Queens. Sky City player timeout called by the Kahu. So they're going to be able to advance the ball. There's the QR code on screen. If you've got school group, community group, sporting group, and you want to get along to a game of Rapid League and Tauihi, just scan that QR code, fill in your details. Already more than 12,000 tickets through the men's and women's seasons have been given away with thanks to Sky City. 13 seconds to play. First half action, tied up, 20 apiece. Kahu looking for a late basket, and importantly, they don't want to give the Queens another shot. They go into Thomas, and Stella Beck reaching around. Probably a clever foul in the end. Got Coach Jody Cameron in front of us asking for an intentional. Not sure you're going to get that across the line.
No, you're not, but it's great to ask the question. And Always. You're right, it is a good foul because it just gives them a chance to set their defense. And as we see Thomas there, short on that one to finish the half.
So half-time, 20 apiece between the Queens and the Kahu. Just ignore our score ticker on screen at the moment. We'll get that fixed up, but it is 20 points apiece at the half. Just 2 minutes for half-time before the teams step back out. GJ Gardner-Holmes, Tauihi, still to come tonight. When these two teams met earlier this season in Rapid League, the Queens had a 33-21 win. Grace Hunter, 13 points in that game for the Queens. The Queens in the last quarter, Miles, went on a 14-4 run to get that win.
That is a big quarter. In 4 minutes, that is absolutely huge. And it's great to see Grace doing very, very well there and getting bumped into the starting lineup.
Leading stats with thanks to the TAB. Latava Kenny, 7 points for the Queens. She has been very active. Tegan Graham has 4. And for the Kahu, it's all about Amari Thomas. Hasn't been off the floor. The Kahu chasing the point, starting an import in the Rapid League game tonight. She has 12 points. Crystal Ledger-Walker doing the feeding. She has 4 points. She has also played all 8 minutes. Hannah Dunn yet to come on the court in this Rapid League game. Hopefully that changes in the second half because we want to see young Kiwis, Miles.
We do indeed.
Getting opportunities in this form of the game.
We do indeed. And speaking of young Kiwis, young Crystal Ledger-Walker leading the way with 4 assists in this Rapid League game so far. 7 assists for the Kahu total, but only 3 rebounds. All of those defensive.
Tauihi news ahead of the Queens and Kahu tonight. Maya Dodson is back for the Queens. She missed last week's game against the Phi. What a thriller that was down the stretch. And Penina Davidson is out for the Kahu. So some big changes for both teams. We're all tied up here at the half. Sky Broadband Rapid League Round 5 action as both of these teams chase a point, and we're set to go. What did you make of the first half, Miles Pearce?
Pace is great. The girls are shooting the ball extremely well. So we see a great open open side pick and roll there.
Graham with the foul over the top of Keely Tinney. And Tinney will head to the TAB to start this second half. Here's the foul, just with the left hand right in the middle of the back.
A fairly easy one to call there. But as I said, the pace of the game is great. The girls are shooting the ball well, high scoring and up tempo. It's got to be a fun brand to play as well as watch.
Tinney hits the first. Well, the feedback from the players so far has definitely been that it's quick, it's exciting, it's up and down stuff. And obviously, for a lot of the young developing players, Miles, they're getting minutes they otherwise wouldn't get. And that's an important part of the concept. Stella Beck wears one bump, gets all the way to the basket. Her last step is just poetry in motion, isn't it?
Nickname of Shakespeare, the way she's moving. You're right, the development and the opportunity some of these athletes are getting through the Rapid League is great. As we were mentioning earlier before we got on air, like, how much can you toy with strategy now? Like, can we shoot more threes? Can we try and get something out of this Rapid League just to, you know, use this as an experiment, see how far we can push the limits?
Locked up at 22 apiece. Speaking of locking up, Lokatui. Nice step to the basket, adds another 2 for the Queens. Awatea Leach has Stella Beck right there with her. She'll be learning so much in that matchup. Ledger Walker on the drive over Graham. Can't get it to go. May get it back in hand. She does. Looking for some assistance. She may have... I was going to say travelled. It looked like she took an extra step on the whistle, but the whistle, in fact, was for the shot clock. And that's what's been fixed up. So it's back to 14 seconds now. Sopawanga comes in for Graham. And the Kahu will reset down by 2.
And that was the Kahu's first offensive rebound so far in the Rapid League. Maybe the shot clock operators just weren't sure because it hasn't happened so far today.
Here's Ledger Walker working with Thomas. The pass inside was so good. Absolutely put it on a dime. That was all about Crystal Ledger Walker.
It is just serving up a tasty dish right there.
Sopawanga getting to work on Rangi, who reaches in with the right hand and fouls. It'll put Naomi Sopawanga to the TAB. Have a look at this. Splitting the gap. What a pass from Ledger Walker. That's her 5th assist of the game, and Thomas moves to 14 points.
Great hands to catch that and finish that, but all that work was really done by Crystal Ledger Walker, just putting it on, just absolutely putting it on a platter.
Sopawanga, 2 of 2 from the TAB. She moves to 4 points in the game. And the Queens back out by 2. Nothing in this contest. Good hands. Paris Mason forces the turnover. Hands it off to Kenny. Now Stella Beck, who's been busy again on that crossover, surrounded by blue singlets. That won't count. She draws the foul. And the Queen skipper is starting to get going.
And this is the sort of thing that, like you mentioned, she did miss the start of the season. So these Rapid League games are just trying to get her back in that flow. Hopefully she can carry this over into the Tauihi game. She's going to be such an important piece for the Queens. Scored
13 points in her opening Tauihi game last week. Has 5 points so far in tonight's Rapid League game. Great to have Stella Beck back. Kenny keeps it in. And fortuitously for the Queens, comes off the hand of Flavel. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Make sure you join us for the highlight show each week. Of course, right now it's the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi highlight show. We look forward to your company each and every week as we pick apart the best bits.
And haven't there been some highlights so far?
Absolutely. Some great highlights last night. What a finish that was. The Phi and the Puakai. Shot clock at 4 here. Stella Beck knows it. She's got to get busy. Does get busy. And draws the foul right at the death. And she'll head to the TAB.
And that's got to be a little bit of a coach killer. We saw one early in the first half, but just that shot clock running down and someone just sticks the hand in at the wrong time and draws that contact. And ideally, as you want to see the athletes try and play that out.
Yeah, very similar to the one in the first half. You're right. Right on the expiring shot clock. Beck misses the first. Silence from the TAB, hits the second. Queens out by 3 midway through the third quarter. But importantly, it has been blow for blow. Here's Ledger Walker. Thomas turns the corner, backing down Mason. Sends it to the corner. Open three-point attempt, Tinney misses. And now the Queens with a chance to extend.
You can see the attention Thomas draws there, and such a willing passer. Great little dish from Paris to Paris.
Well, that was hot French mustard at its best, wasn't it, eh? Paris to Paris, I like it. Mason and Lokatui teaming up. And the Queens out by 5. This is as big a margin as we've probably seen in the game. Leach turns the corner, took the bump, no whistle. Kenny with the rebound, who's arguably been the Queens' best player here in Rapid League tonight. Went searching for the whistle. Ledger Walker comes up with it, has Thomas. Flicks it over, went late. Thomas now has to work. And she draws another foul. This time Stella Beck.
Some heavy contact there.
And I reckon Thomas expected the pass a little bit earlier. Ledger Walker hanging on to it and then going over the top of the defense. While all of that has been taking place, Miles, Naomi Sompawanga has left the court, and she was holding her hand in what looks like a finger injury. So we'll keep an eye on that. Here's Thomas. Has not missed, in fact, has missed one shot so far. 6 of 7 from the field. And she's now 2 of 2 from the TAB. Make it 3 of 3.
Must have blinked when she missed. I did not see that.
And there you go. There's Sopawanga with ice on that left hand. Thomas moves to 16 points in the game. Has not stepped off the court. Langton, Beck, Graham. Pulls up the dribble. Good defense from the Kahu. Rangi in there. Now Langton gets it. Up and under. She draws a foul. And we're seeing a lot of shooting fouls in this game.
We are indeed. And unfortunately, it's ruining the pace of the game that the first half was played at, where they were getting up and down. On a side note, though, 29 is about what the Queens have been averaging in the Rapid League, and 27.5 for the Kahu. We're pretty much bang on their averages with a quarter to play.
And let's not forget, we talked about it in the first half when these two teams met earlier in the Sky Broadband Rapid League. Queens getting home by 12, and that was courtesy largely of a 14-4 last quarter. It's going to take something from either team here big in the last quarter if they're to stretch away. Otherwise, I can see this one just being basket for basket. Another break in the play here. Conversation between the coin officials and the score table officials. Not too sure what that's about. Let's have a look at some of the TAB stats. Latava Kenny, 7 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. 1 three-pointer as well. She's been very active for the Queens tonight.
She has indeed, but the Queens have done a fairly good job sharing that load. 29 points, a number of players scoring. Whereas you look at the Kahu, 16 of their 26, all on the shoulders of Thomas.
Sopawanga getting some of the magic spray, and may have just been saying to the coaching staff there, I'm done. Were you a lip reader, Miles? Could you read what was being communicated there on the sidelines?
No, and the only lip reading stuff I've seen is the stuff on YouTube with the bad lip reading, so we won't even get into that.
Queens by 4. Looks like we're all fixed up now on the sidelines. In fact, Queens by 3, I should say. Here's Eva Langton at the TAB. The first one is good, and that is her 3rd point of the game. Both teams still with their Sky City player timeout in this second half. The second one is good for Langton as well. She moves to 4 in the game. Queens lead by 5 as Keely Tinney takes a seat. And let's see if the Kahu can respond. GJ Gardner-Holmes, Tauihi coming up. Grand final rematch between the Queens and the Kahu. Plenty of stars set to take the court tonight. Turnover. Rangi hands it over to Kenny. Kenny will go it alone off the glass. Too much on it. It falls to Langton. Oh, Ledger Walker looked very, very clean from here. She's called for the foul. 4.7 to play in this 3rd quarter. How did you see this, Miles Pearce?
It looked like fairly good defense from where we're sitting, but we don't have the same angle that the referees do. But that last defensive possession from the Queens, they did a very good job making sure that Ledger Walker and Thomas don't get involved.
And they're over the limit, so this will put Langton back to the line. She just hit 2. The score, by the way, is 31-26. Misses the first. Let's see what she can do with the second here. Eva Langton. 2 of 3 from the TAB tonight. Adds an important point there from the Queens. They lead by 6. Will the Kahu use their player timeout? Will they get a late shot? Flavel hit a late shot in the first quarter. Not this time. So 3 quarters down tonight. Sky Broadband Rapid League. Hope you're enjoying it. Justin Nelson, Miles Pearce with you. Live as always on Sky Sport throughout New Zealand and right around the world on FIBA YouTube. The Queens lead by 6.
And that is a big lead in the context of this game.
It's the biggest lead of the game.
It is. But and with the quarters so short, you don't have time to get down 4, 6, 8 points.
Game high scorer tonight for the Kahu. Amari Thomas with 16 points has played all 12 minutes. And they're going to need more of that from her in this last quarter. Sells Super Special for round 5 in Tauihi. The large veggie pizza, just $25. There's the QR code. Get online. Type in buzzer. Nice and easy to remember. That's available till next Tuesday and you'll save a bit of money on the large veggie.
That's some very good pizza.
So how's this one going to play out tonight as the crowd continues to build here in Porirua ahead of tonight's GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi clash. And one thing we've seen from the Rapid League, Miles, is the fans turn up earlier. In they come. They too want to see the young stars of the future.
Which is great for some of our young athletes to get in front of some people and play.
So here we go. 4 minutes on the clock. 1 quarter to play. Queens by 6. Certainly do not write off the Kahu. They've been in some really good form the last fortnight. They've got to come up with a stop early. Queens looking for a big blow to get this last quarter underway. Sopawanga. Well, not only is she back out there with that hand injury, she has started with a sublime back cut to the basket. How good was that?
That was absolutely fantastic at the time, and you can see the pressure defense of the Kahu has given up 3 of those so far this game.
Leach responds at the other end. Basket apiece to start this last quarter. Sopawanga with the look away, and somehow Paris Lokatui, high off the glass, has put that one home.
Just great play overall as we see the Kahu get back to where they know they got to get the ball down to Thomas to start creating plays.
Oh, and Thomas had it underneath. Initially, Kenny came across with the double defense to help out Tegan Graham. That forced Thomas to pass to the corner. Defense had to scramble. Thomas was alone inside the paint, and that is a chance that's gone begging for the Kahu.
Just opens up that opportunity. Like, that should have been, that could have and should have been a bucket as we see the Kahu come up with a stop. Fortunate there to try and keep this game close.
Margin at 8. A miss there for Flavel. 2:42 to play. Queens at the moment. Time on their side. Sopawanga looked a little messy, but it may come off. Langton inside now. Turns to the basket, shot is short, gets it back, pushes it back up, but they lose it. And that margin sits at 8.
And the Kahu have got back-to-back stops right now. They need to take advantage of this and get to a great shot as they go back to Thomas down low.
Just trying to get our score ticker fixed up at the moment. Still 2 minutes to play. Big three-pointer from Crystal Ledger-Walker. And doesn't that make it interesting now? Back to 5.
One more stop.
Inside, all alone, Paris Lokatui. Good feed from Tegan Graham.
We saw Crystal Ledger-Walker gamble on that and try and get the steal. Lokatui gets a cut to the basket, an easy score.
Margin at 7, 38-31. Queens lead. We'll keep you up to date with the score. Ledger-Walker pulls up, adds 2, 38-33. Margin back to 5. Delay of game warning against the Kahu. 1:44 to play as Stella Beck steps back onto the floor. And that's a telling change with that experience coming back out.
It is indeed. With 1:44 to play, the Queens getting Stella back in that experience. Even though she hasn't been playing a whole lot of basketball in the last couple of months, just that experience to take over down the stretch will be valuable.
Now, things just open up there for Naomi Sopawanga. Left the shot short. If the Kahu score here, look out, game on. Ledger-Walker knows it as well. Leach on the drive, cops a foot on the way through, accidental.
Kenny
Foul
raises
is
the
called.
hand instantly on that one.
Yeah.
But Leach on the great rip and drive.
Less than 90 seconds to play. Of course, whoever wins this game gets a point on the Tauihi ladder. So it's an important contest right now. Thomas has Beck with her. The Queens are lurking defensively. Flavel reaching in, foul called. That'll be against Tegan Graham.
Just so valuable, those points for the Tauihi table as well.
Queens sitting 3rd on the ladder. Kahu sitting 2nd. Ledger-Walker brings it into Thomas. Ledger-Walker wants it back. Sopawanga right there with her, putting the defensive pressure on. Shot in and out. Big chance there for the Kahu. Now the Queens on the run. Graham to the corner. Long 2 is good. Latava Kenny, 9 points in the game, and now it's a 7-point margin. What a big basket that was.
It was indeed. She's just done everything at the right time tonight as we see Flavel from the corner missing.
It's going to be a foul underneath. It's going to be a Queens ball. Amari Thomas tangling up with Paris Lokatui, through Lokatui to the floor, I think. We'd need to see that again. Margin at 7, 48 seconds to play, and it will be a Queens ball. Both teams still have their Sky City player timeout to use. And now the pressure is on the Kahu. Can they force a steal? Beck, they can force a steal. They come up with it. Ledger-Walker pulls up, fires away, just off target, left it short. Beck with a rebound, quickly out of trouble. And now the numbers and the time are with the Queens. They pull it out. Beck knows it as well, settles it down. Game clock at 20, shot clock at 10. Graham on the drive, can't get it to go, wins it back, pulls it out, puts it away.
Huge offensive rebound. And that'll seal that should seal the win right here, unless the Kahu can come up with something spectacular in the closing seconds.
And you doubt it. It is a fast game. Thomas launches for 3. That'll be done. Shot clock, in fact, game clock, I should say, down to 1. Late shot goes in and will count. So Amari Thomas right on the buzzer gives the Kahu fans a highlight. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. And there it is. She would have been celebrating a lot more than that had it been for the win. She knows that it wasn't enough. The Queens get it by 6. Good contest. High-scoring game. 78 points.
It's huge. As we mentioned earlier, the Queens averaging 29, Kahu averaging 27.5 for our Rapid League games. They really shot the ball well. Pace and tempo was out there and getting up and down. For some great basketball to watch.
So there you go, Sky Broadband Rapid League. That is the highest scoring game of the season in Rapid League, by the way. 78 points put away, 42-36. Quick look at the TAB stats, and we can tell you that Amari Thomas finishes with 19 points with that long-range bomb right on the buzzer.
Is 19 the highest individual point score?
Very good question. It's right up there.
It's got to be up there. In 16 minutes, 19 points in 16 minutes, that's very, very, very efficient.
Paris Lokatui finishes with 10 points for the Queens. Latava Kenny has 9. And the Queens start the night with the Rapid League win and the Rapid League point. They get home 42-36. Not too far away, GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi action as some of the stars step out on court right now to warm up. Queens and the Kahu still to come. Tauihi not too far away. We'll take a quick break before we return to Porirua for tonight's big game. Don't go away.
They came over, so I did have to watch the game back.
I didn't notice any abnormality whatsoever, which also mean they got it wrong.
They could have. But if you fight hard enough,
But the other thing is, like, hold up the game for
and in terms of holding up a game for 2 minutes, it's not a big deal. But in terms of holding up a Rapid League game for 2 minutes,
that's where the officials
or hey, there's 40 seconds to go. We can sort this out at half time. I'm not. But also, how many of those balls, like head down driving, the ones at the end of road blocks, well, we're rewarded for that, and it's just shit.
But it happens both ways.
Oh, you've got, yeah, that's what I mean. I'm not saying that the team benefited from this.
Yeah.
But in terms of like rewarding that, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And because we're not great shooters, that's what we do. We get rewarded by that, so we don't shoot it. So like talking about where the firm sits internationally on our ability to shoot what we need to do. We need to be shooting more free. And to get that repetition, and shoot that at a good clip.
Yeah, it's a weakness, isn't it?
Oh. And it's like 9 of those girls are the same person. Same shit. Best uniform for the Tauihi League?
Oh, I love the play.
I've got to say it's got to be for me the black or the Pies white one. That's good.
The white guy's Rapid League pretty good. Got the wavy.
Yeah. That's what I mean. The Pies. That one.
I love
Maybe like the fact that the girls like the New Balance one have got the girls one game on Saturday. Thank you. That's really good.
All I like to see is who has the best time spoon. Who's got the best time spoon? So you want that side? Yeah. Who wants that side? Okay, you guys ready? So, on the count of 3, I'd like to see the best times moving. You have to stand up. You can't do it sitting down. Yeah? Okay. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, let's go. that ball to that person they have a really nice dance move. So fans, because this is a fun, every type of thing, just gotta remember when you're doing your dance, you have to keep it, stay out of the clock. So we want nice safe dancing, okay? So the next competition we're gonna have in another 5 minutes is for the kids. Okay? Hello. So if you're feeling alright and you came to support women's basketball, please make some noise! Alright, DJ roll. So we're gonna have like another dance competition in the next 5 minutes. Get yourself ready. The next dance competition is for the kids. It's for the youngest. Let's go! We got Tokomanawa. 60 more minutes to go for the game. Hey, let's go. Get yourself prepared, fans, while the teams are going on. Let's go, go!
No mai, hara mai, hello and welcome to Porirua tonight, Saturday night hoops in the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi, and it's a grand final rematch. The inaugural season saw the Queens and Kahu build up a spectacular rivalry, and that continues tonight as they lock horns yet again. Looking forward to this one. Justin Nelson with you. Hope you're well. Kia ora. Sitting right alongside me is Miles Pearce. And we've just seen a thrilling Sky Broadband Rapid League game. The Queens getting that one. Close contest. I reckon this is going to be very much the same.
I know, close contest and high scoring. Great to see the ball getting up and down, hanging around, and Crystal Ledger-Walker throwing out some beautiful assists. Kahu unlucky not to get up in that one.
Let's have a look at the ladder, and the Queens have added a point with their 5th Rapid League win. They sit in 3rd on 14, the Kahu in 2nd on 15 points. Importantly, whoever wins this one coming up tonight goes top of the ladder. The Hoi Hoi in action tomorrow against the Phi. In fact, if we have a look at the games coming up, there it is, big one tomorrow in Queenstown, and then round 6 tips off on Wednesday night. The Hoi Hoi back in action, back in Dunedin against the Queens. The Phi battling with the Kahu on Thursday. It just keeps coming at us, doesn't it?
In such short turnaround, such quality basketball in such a short amount of time. Not a lot to complain about.
Let's have a look at the Kahu starters for this one tonight. They've got some pretty big team news as well. Tess Madgen to join them next week, the Aussie Opals captain. No Penina Davidson tonight. She is a big out. Starting 5, Tini Tamilo, Udasiki, Reed and Tuati. Coach is Jodie Cameron. Miles, you had a chat with her a short time ago. Let's hear her thoughts ahead of tonight's clash against the Queens.
Coach, welcome to Porirua. No Penina tonight. How do you deal with this, and who's stepping up in her absence?
Oh, you know, they've got the likes of Ashley there and Victoria on the bench. That, this is opportunity for them. So yes, we have to make up some double digits on the rebounds, but they're all up for that.
And coming last time you guys matched up, they got you in the end by a dozen or so. What did you take away from that game? Be more prepared, and have some counters. And I just think our execution was pretty poor, and also the ball. So we want to, fix those things. Awesome. Thank you very much. Good luck for tonight.
And Miles, some other news for the Kahu. Been confirmed out of team management this morning that with a shoulder injury, Talia Tupaia, of course, who's the reigning MVP from 2022, season is not done yet. There is still a chance that she's going to come back this season. So that is massive news.
That is absolutely fantastic to hear, because she is a great player, and we want to see that kind of product on the floor. But it's tough without Davison and Tupaia tonight. That's 27 points that the Kahu are missing again.
It's a bit, isn't it? Let's have a look at the Queens starters, and they are back to full strength. Kristlyn Carr, Grace Hunter, Steph Watts, Tegan Graham, and also Maya Dodson. I'm pretty sure there will be a change there. Tegan Graham won't be starting. It'll be Josie Trusdell. Of course, Tegan Graham played in the earlier Rapid League game, so expect that change to happen before the teams step out for the tip. Josie Trusdell will come into that starting lineup. The coach is Tanya Tupu. Let's hear her thoughts.
Welcome home, and hopefully a win. A couple of losses on the trot. How's this week of prep been?
Oh, it was pretty tough after that loss. That slow start that we had in the last game against Phi. So we had to go back to the drawing board and work out ways how we can get a front foot at.
There you go. And no Penina Davidson for the Kahu tonight. How do you take advantage of that massive out for them?
I mean, they punished us last time we played them inside, and so a little bit of relief, but Amari's fantastic. We've talked about some ways that we can cope with that inside presence, but we're going to have to just play some really good D, lock up, and stick to our game plan.
Thank you very much. Good luck for tonight.
So Tanya Tupu and the Queens coaching staff preparing for tonight's GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi. Let's have a look at the TAB head-to-head, Miles, and Queens will be hoping to turn around a bit of a drop in form. In fact, that's the Rapid League head-to-head, so we'll get rid of that and we'll bring up the Tauihi head-to-head for you in just a moment. If you are just joining us, the Queens winning that earlier Rapid League game 42-36. There's the TAB head-to-head for Tauihi. The Queens have lost their last 2. Look at that winning run for the Kahu. They've won their last 3.
They're in hot form right now, but how much is that going to change without 15 points and 12 rebounds from Penina Davison? That's a huge out.
Looking forward to that matchup, Stella Beck and Tara Reid. Congratulations to Tara. Recently announced that she has signed with the Melbourne Boomers in the Australian WNBL. The coin officials for tonight's Tauihi clash. They are set to go Sampan, Amy Jo Clark and Taylor Lynch. Queens last time out, in fact their last 2 games, Miles, they have given up a bunch of points in a short amount of time. The Hoi Hall get away from them, got a good win down south, and then last week against the Phi, they broke away early with a 26-9 opening quarter over the Queens. The Queens did come home very, very late to get that final margin down to 6, but the damage was done early. Concerning signs for the Queens.
It is. You can't dig a hole that big and expect to climb out of it all the time. The thing that I find interesting right now, averaging 79.7 points a game, the Queens, the Kahu 79. So if numbers are anything to go by, this is going to be a very, very close hit out.
Of course, Amari Thomas and Crystal Ledger-Walker will come off the bench for the Kahu. They played in the earlier Rapid League game. The point from that one going the way of the Queens. Game so far in round 5, Tauihi, the Puakai taking down the Hoi Hall 102-61. No Ashton Prechtel, no Zoe Richards for the Hoi Hall in that game. We do believe that both players return for the Hoi Hall tomorrow against the Phi. So some good some good news, I should say, for the Southerners. And then last night, the Puakai getting a double win for round 5, taking care of business against the Phi in an absolute thriller, 82-81. Michaela Cowling, trailing by 3 points, put in a long shot on the buzzer for the Phi, had a toenail on the line.
And that's a heartbreaking way to finish the game, but have the mind to be able to get back out to the 3-point line. Probably deserved a few extra minutes of basketball in that one.
It was a really exciting clash. Queens are ready to go. Kahu are ready to go. Chrislyn Carr stepping out. Grace Hunter, the queen of Porirua herself. Chrislyn Carr, who's arguably the shortest player in the competition, is averaging over 8 rebounds a game.
She rebounds extremely well from the guard spot. The Queens
number 1 rebounder for the Queens.
The Queens imports are getting it done, combining for over 56 points a game. And then you throw in those 8 rebounds from the point guard spot. All the bigs are boxing out and doing their work, and she's swooping those rebounds.
Maya Dodson back in for the Queens. Was out last week with an ear infection. Stella Beck back for her 2nd game of the season. And as we said, no Penina Davidson missing in action tonight. When these 2 teams met earlier this season, the Queens got the win 84-71. Sampan puts it up. Tamilo wins the tip. And the Kahu get first possession tonight. Can they get the opening score? Here is Tara Reid going at 17 points a game. Chrislyn Carr pulls her up on the dribble. Tinney inside. Udiseki trying to get around Maya Dodson, who gets her first block of the evening.
And she is tough, particularly on that help defense, coming across blocking shots.
Averages a couple of blocks a game. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Reid has it stripped. Watts comes up with the steal. And downhill skiing here for Chrislyn Carr. She is super fast.
Carr is just so quick with the ball in hand that it's going to be a tough cover for anyone in the league.
Foul called on Eliana Tuihi. And there it is, just falling over the top of Steph Watts. Of course, Players are allowed 6 personal fouls now in Tauihi. And the upside of that is we're seeing the stars of the teams out on court longer. Exciting stuff for the fans. Good crowd in attendance tonight here in Porirua. No scorers yet. Opening stages of this round 5 game. Here's Dodson going to work on young Tamilo, who stands up. Did well defensively.
She is young indeed, but she has got some experience already playing with junior national teams and the national team.
Absolutely, and what an experience for her to go up against a WNBA player. Udasicki inside, short on the glass, rebound, Steph Watts, she's off quickly. The Queens have certainly made it known that they want to play at pace. And Eliana Tu'edi reaching in with the foul. That's her 2nd foul of the game already. You may have 6, but you don't want to burn 2 that quickly.
No, definitely don't want to pick up a 3rd here early in the first. The tough one for the Queens is they lost such a big piece in Gustafsson from last year.
Yep.
But the plus side of that is now they're very mobile, they're very switchable. I mean, out on the floor right now, they can switch for almost everyone but Carr. So defensively, they can try and throw some different looks out there with that speed and athletic ability.
Well, Steph Watts takes 8 rebounds a game as well. So their 2 guards are taking 16 rebounds a game between them. Dodson short on the turnaround hook. And we're still yet to score. What can the Kahu do here? Good setup. Reed to young Tamilo. She draws the foul and will head to the TAB with a chance to open the scoring tonight. Good setup here. Tara Reed through to Ritoria Tamilo. As you said, made her debut with the Tall Ferns against Serbia before heading to the Asia Cup. A young prospect that Tall Ferns coach Guy Malloy certainly has his eye on.
And you can see just on that play there was no screen set for her. She just cuts hard, and you know, with her length, you can just throw that ball in the air. She goes and gets it.
Opening points for the Kahu tonight. Chrislyn Carr keeping the dribble alive. How was that? Great skills.
Looking good in the playground.
Left alone for 3. Carr gets the Queens up and going.
And the Kahu taking a different approach to the fire last week. Carr couldn't get anything going. They double teamed her hard off every on ball. Didn't pressure her and didn't give her any easy looks early on.
Averaging 22 a game, Chrislyn Carr. Turnover there against the Kahu. Should mention, when these 2 teams did meet earlier and the Queens won by 13, Steph Watts had 26, Chrislyn Carr had 25. Amari Thomas, who'll come into the game shortly, had 34. Tara Reid was out injured in that game, didn't play, as Chrislyn Carr adds another 2.
And there's the speed that we talked about. Carr just being able to get blow by people and get down the middle of the lane.
Tara Reid with her first basket of the game has been a massive improver season on season. Carr from the corner for 3. What a start tonight for Chrislyn Carr.
Scoring all 8 so far of the Queens points.
Kahu waiting patiently to make subs. Down by 4. Here's Reed on the drive. Can't add another 2. Tamilo had it. Stripped away by Carr to Watts. And now the Queens come forward. Watts on the drive all the way, takes contact, puts it down, and he's off to the TAB for the bonus. Ledger Walker and Thomas about to step in for the Kahu.
And right now, the Kahu really need to do something about the pace of this game.
Udasicki with the foul. She takes a seat along with Eliana Tu'edi. Join the TAB, deposit $10 and get a free $50 bonus bet. The official stats partner of the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi, the TAB. There is Talia Tapaya with the team tonight. Part of the coaching staff, I'd say.
A little bit of knowledge to add to that group.
Absolutely. WNBA drafted, of course. Tauihi, now a Kiwi. Recently played for the Tall Ferns at the Asia Cup. Second youngest ever player to debut in the Australian WNBL as well. Offensive foul against Amari Thomas. And we saw her do that a couple of times in the Rapid League game tonight.
And the officials have been hard on offensive fouls and illegal screens all season, and you saw it in the men's league as well. So
it is it has been a point of emphasis this year, hasn't it?
Yeah. So you know, as athletes on the floor, you need to be aware of what's getting called and what you can get away with.
And 3 team fouls already for the Kahu. In fact, it's 4, I should say. So the Queens are now in the bonus. Dodson just comes up short. It was a nice move. Here's Thomas, her first touch of the game. Reed turns the corner. Tinney now squares it up. Ledger Walker, ball in hand for the first time. Into the corner, Reed. Is that a deep 2? In fact, it's a 3. Big basket there for the Kahu.
And there's the playmaking of Ledger Walker. Only averaging about 11 a game in terms of points, but the way she controls tempo and finds her teammates is phenomenal. As we see Josie miss a tough one inside. Averaging over 6 assists a game, Ledger Walker, and the Queens have missed a few under the basket so far. That won't please Coach Tanya Tupu. They lead by 3. Stella Beck and Paris Lokatui come in for their first run tonight. Aotearoa Leach doing the same for the Kahu. Jason Tinney takes a seat. Here's Ledger Walker. Played big minutes tonight in Rapid League. Held up there by Chrislyn Carr. Tamilo inside, gets the drop. Good signs there from the 18-year-old. And Lokatui is giving up inches on that.
Carr, deep 2, off to the left. Dodson battles for it. Queens get it back. 15 on the shot clock. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay.
I don't think Cameron agrees with this. We're going to get a better look there. It did appear to come off someone in a black jersey. But you take what you can get in these games.
Beck, Lokatui. Well, we saw Paris Lokatui hit 10 points tonight in the Rapid League game. Here she is on the dive to the basket. Tamilo reaching in. And she's another young player that is really growing with every opportunity. Paris Lokatui. Oh, offensive rebound, Dodson. Beck now needs some help. Doesn't get it. Turns it over. Player down mid-court. Kahu not happy. Thomas inside. Leaves the shot short. Watts with the rebound. Coach Jody Cameron up off her seat and talking to the officials. Steph Watts with the miss. Dodson, big rebound.
The Kahu are struggling on the glass right now.
And another miss for the Queens. They're getting a lot of looks.
And some very good looks. A couple of those coming off those offensive rebounds. They need to really do a job and tidy that up, as we see Thomas able to hold that seal, hold the position, and score down low.
Back to a 1-point margin. Here's Carr. Queen shooting 5 of 12 at the moment. Started on fire through Chrislyn Carr. Here's Watts going all the way, turning the corner with speed.
And Carr hasn't been able to add to her early 8 points, but her teammates starting to step up and carry a little bit of that scoring load to keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Watts has 4. Tamilo draws the foul on Steph Watts. Just the second team foul for the Queens, who lead by 3. Such a rivalry between these two teams already. And in fact, in their last 4 meetings, stretching back into last season, the Queens have won all 4 by an average of 10. Carr, Watts, space, had a look, now steps back, that'll be short. Well short. Lokatui keeps it into Dodson.
And another offensive rebound.
Shot clock at 9. Of course, didn't hit the ring. Watts seizes the opportunity on the left, leaves it short.
And that stat you mentioned, average winning margin of 10 over all 4 games. That is something that the Kahu will want to break as we see Reed get an easy 2 inside.
Back to 1. Carr playing with a little bit of width tonight. Dodson steps back to the basket. Well, that's just experience, isn't it?
It is indeed, and almost a little bit of poor spacing from the Queens at that time. They had very much a loaded side with corner, wing, point, and a post, but no one able to stop that post move.
First basket for Dodson. She's 1 of 4. Here's Reed from long range. That'll be well short. And in the end, it's going to be a Kahu ball. So I think you'll find Ledger Walker actually managed to knock that back in, but straight into the body of Chrislyn Carr, and that's why the Kahu have it back.
And Carr may have already been standing out of bounds.
She was. Intelligent stuff from the tall Fern guard.
Expect nothing less as we see Thomas once again holding position, getting to a right-hand hook.
Well, she had 34 against the Queens last time. Carr showing her handles.
And when she gets into the open floor like that, every single person needs to be head on a swivel, finding out where she is.
No doubt about the foul there against Aotearoa Leach. Or it's been called against Dodson.
Lokatui.
Oh, Lokatui is it? So maybe we've seen that differently from our angle here. We'd need to see that again. Under the basket here, there's Lokatui, maybe the hook just before Aotearoa Leach reaching round. So well picked up by the coin officials. It was the first movement of Lokatui, hooking and locking arms. So good pickup.
And that's in a 1-point game. And I know it's only early in the 4th quarter, but every single foul counts. Lokatui is a major rotational piece. So every minute, every foul that they can pick up there, you see the Kahu throw the ball away.
Let's have a look at another angle of this on the GJ Gardner Holmes replay. You'll see Lokatui hook right there, takes the first arm around, and that's why it was picked up by the referee in the high position.
And that as I was saying, that's going to benefit. Every foul that they can get on some of these rotational players is going to be huge. I know they've got 6, but everyone is valuable.
Good defense on Chrislyn Carr then. Made the shot hard. Ledger Walker. Carr with the rebound. And off she goes with speed again, all the way to the hoop. Can't get it to go. Body's crashing to the floor. Queens get it back. Tegan Graham for 3 leaves it short. And the Kahu come up with it.
But once again, Queens coming up with another look, another shot off an offensive rebound.
Sloppy play by the Kahu, nearly turning it over, but Leach keeps it alive. And she'll head to the TAB. Averaging nearly 11 points a game in Tauihi. Speaking of hooks, she may have got away with one there. Beck with the foul. Coach Jodie Cameron has been very vocal in this first quarter.
Just fighting for every possession she can.
And that's what these contests between the Kahu and the Queens are like. Leach puts the first down. There's Tanya Tupu. She's out of her chair as well. Pacing the sidelines, having a chat to her point guard, Chrislyn Carr. Kahu with a chance to lead for the first time. They don't. Thomas, though, can hit a 3. That one off the front of the iron. Carr with another rebound. Hands it off to Dodson, who looked to take about 7 steps, and he's called for a travel.
I think she may have thought she got away with that one, but officials on the spot there.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
She dribbled the ball eventually.
Last 90 seconds of what's been an entertaining opening quarter, a real battle unfolding between last year's grand finalists. Ledger Walker constantly looking for Thomas. Reed has it now, has had a good opener. Too much on the shot. Stella Beck up quickly. Pass, Mason left alone. all the attention was on Dodson, and Paris Mason just drifted through unattended.
And she does a very good job of running the floor and rebounding and playing defense. So good to see her getting rewarded on that one there.
Her first basket of the night. Ledger Walker now on the drive. Straight to Dodson, hands it off. It ends up with Udisiki for three. Just a little beyond her range. And look at Carr quickly back the other way. Going at light speed tonight. Dodson now. Mismatch on the height off the glass. Great drive by Maya Dodson.
You could say that Carr controls tempo, but she really just creates that tempo. Her ability to rebound as a guard and then just push the ball has been great for the Queens right now, giving them the 4-point lead.
She's a V8 supercar. That's what she is.
Not getting into the formulas or anything like that, no?
No, just stick with the V8 supercars at the moment. That's fast enough. Crystal Ledger Walker with the miss on the buzzer. And at quarter time, the Queens lead it by 4, 20-16. Great battle unfolding here in Porirua. Quick break. Second quarter on the other side. Welcome back to Porirua tonight. Winner out of this one goes top of the ladder in the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Queens and the Kahu at quarter time. The Queens lead it by 4. Let's have a look at the TAB stats with Miles Pearce.
Look, the big one for me sticking out at the moment, Queens 5 offensive rebounds. That is absolutely huge, able to get some second possessions. And for the Kahu, the number 5 is still it, but unfortunately for them, it's 5 turnovers. They need to look after the ball a little better.
Sell Super Special, the large veggie pizza, $25. Code word is buzzer, available to next Tuesday. If you love your veggie pizzas, pick up the Sal's Super Special. Second quarter underway, Crystal Carr. Great start tonight. Active as always. Truesdell to Graham. Graham for 3. What a start to the second quarter for the Tokomanawa Queens. Little bit of a fist pump there as well from Tegan Graham.
I know she can really get going. She had a great, as we mentioned in the rapidly game, great collegiate career, and she can really shoot the ball.
Paris Mason there trying to contain Amari Thomas.
And that's a tough cover. I don't think there's too many people in the league that can cover that, you know, and that she's averaging 24 a game.
Well, the Queens put Tegan Graham to her in the Rapid League, and I didn't mind that matchup. Graham forced a couple of turnovers, some contact there, but the whistle was for out of play, and the Kahu get it back, trailing by 5. Let's see what Aotea Leach can set up. Tamilo getting some good minutes here early in this one tonight. Thomas inside. Another 2 off the glass.
And Thomas going to work like that inside is really going to help their shooting percentage. Only 37% from the floor at the end of the first quarter as we see Carr get to the rim again, add to her tally.
Well, if they go to Thomas again here on Paris Mason, and they do, they go early, and she nearly adds another 2. She's fouled on the putback. I think the Queens are going to have to make an immediate change here, because 3 times they've gone to Thomas to start this second quarter, and 3 times the Kahu have got a result.
And the Queens can either get a rotation in, and as we see Paris Mason come out of the game. So, like we said, you need to get a rotation in, someone different, so the look is different defensively, or change your defensive coverage. If she continues to get position like that, they may need to look to front or double team.
I think the other thing is they need to put pressure on that entry. Crystal Ledger-Walker, who's a very, very smart player, has been able to feed Thomas 3 times with ease.
The ball pressure needs to be fairly intense to take away such an easy entry pass.
Queens by 3. Dodson up strong, comes down with it, and that's a travel. So some early turnovers for the Queens in this second quarter. Good defense here from the Kahu. Dodson turned hard.
She did, but was met by a wall of blue.
Thomas now has Dodson to contend with. Here's Reed. Ledger-Walker looked at Tamilo inside. They've got some height out there at the moment, the Kahu. Step back for 3. Not a bad look. Truesdell with the rebound. And now Steph Watts will come forward for the Queens. In and around, using the Dodson screen, who gets the offensive rebound, turns around, back of the iron. Watts will get another opportunity. It ends up with Graham for 3. He's already hit 1 this quarter. Loose ball comes up with Truesdell. In the end, Dodson finishes it off, but the Queens just had too many numbers.
That's 4 offensive rebounds in 1 play. They really need to do a better job just securing the ball, because there was a solid defensive possession that turned into a poor defensive possession just by the number of rebounds given up.
Reed on the drive. Watts claiming she had all ball. Sampan, the official who's called the foul, and he's called it on Tegan Graham. So maybe reaching in from the side. And while you talk about those rebounds, Miles, it's worth mentioning yet again, no Penina Davidson tonight.
Over 12 rebounds a game.
Number 2 in the league behind Ashton Prechtel. And it is big shoes to fill.
It is indeed. Figuratively and literally.
Reed adds some important points. It's a 3-point margin. Stella Beck. Truesdell wants to hand it off. Does to Steph Watts. Turns the corner. Did that come off a leg? It did. We'll get a shot clock reset. Queens will take possession as Chrislyn Carr and Grace Hunter step back in for the team in black. Sells hoop heads each week on Sky Sport. Check your guides for times. And join us around the desk. Andrew Mulligan, Casey Frank, Crystal Ledger-Walker joining me each week for Sal's Hoop Heads.
I have thoroughly enjoyed that throughout the men's and women's league.
Well, the Queens fans thoroughly enjoy the Queen of Porirua, Grace Hunter, adding 2. Chrislyn Carr scoops up a turnover to Watts for another 2. And I reckon the Kahu will want to chat here. They do. Timeout called. Back-to-back baskets for the Queens. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. And yet again, they use their speed.
They are indeed. And it's coming off some Kahu turnovers. As I said earlier, 5 turnovers at quarter time. They've added to that already. Too many. Way too many. And then on the flip side, the Queens getting out and pushing pace and crashing the glass.
Chrislyn Carr, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists already in this game. A couple of threes. Queen T is in the house. One of the most popular team mascots in the GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi. All the highlights, of course, you can catch during the week on Sky Sport. Queen T never disappoints, never lets us down.
Not a lot of energy there.
A lot of energy. certainly a crowd favourite. What have you made to the opening 3.5 minutes of this second quarter?
It's like the rapid league pace has finally caught on here. Great to see teams getting up and down. Kahu, as I mentioned, just need to take better care of the ball. They did a great job finding Thomas early. Queens made a change and adjusted, so they've got Kahu need to figure out how to get the ball back to her. 10 points, leading the team.
Queens shooting at 45%, Kahu at 40%. Queens leading the rebounds 18-13, and as you've mentioned a few times, the offensive rebounds for the Queens, they've got more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds, 10-8. Kahu out of the timeout, turnover. Reed looking for Thomas, picked up by Dodson. Dodson to the basket, called for a charge. Not sure how you saw that. We'll get a good look at it here on the replay. It didn't look like Reed was set at first. Reed coming across here.
It's a tough call. Flip of the coin on those long-time New Zealand coach Curtis Wooten, living in the Bay, gave me some great advice when I started coaching. He said, any block charge call, you may as well flip a coin. Could go either way.
There's a foul called on Carr, reaching in. Well, what I also know is we have the benefit of the GJ Gardner Holmes replay.
We do indeed.
And it does help. Some early fouls for the Queens. You can add another one. In fact, they've got 5 team fouls to the Kahu's 0 so far this quarter. Reaching in there, no doubt about the foul, by the way. Josie Trusdill reaching in on Amari Thomas. Make her work for it from the TAB. And she's usually pretty good from this spot. 78% on the season from the stripe. Adds another 2 there. She's got 12 in the game. And brings that margin back to 5.
And the Kahu are living through the post right now as we see Crystal Ledger-Walker force a turnover.
Good hands, wasn't it, from KLW? Reed on the drive. Looked a little bit unorthodox at first, but gathered control on the way through the paint. She adds another 2. Reed has 11 in the game now. Carr through traffic has it knocked out of her hands by Tara Reed. She wanted a foul called, Chrislyn Carr. Here it is again. Looked pretty clean.
What player doesn't want to, the foul called in their favour?
Oh, they always like looking at the officials, don't they? Dodson now turns and faces from the TAB. Leaves it a little short. And the Kahu coming out of that timeout on a bit of a run here at the moment. Thomas pulls up. Carr with the rebound. Her 5th of the game. Out of Davenport, Iowa, the 23-year-old. Creative. Trusdill around Tamilo. Gets her off the floor. Tall Ferns teammates.
Great little up fake to get Tamilo off the floor and taking advantage of a little bit more experience there. Earning herself to a trip to the TAB line.
Chrislyn Carr, by the way, started her collegiate career at Texas Tech, was the Big 12 Freshman of the Year. So started to show exactly what we're seeing today, right from the start of her collegiate career. And in her last year, played for the University of Louisville, the Cardinals, of course, where she had a 3-point shooting average of just under 43%.
And you've seen that already tonight, her knocking down a couple of threes in that first quarter. And just her ability to push the tempo.
Queens by 5 midway through the second. Hope you're enjoying it tonight. From the capital, round 5 action of Tauihi. Second season of this new Pro Women's League in New Zealand. Ledger-Walker looking for Thomas. Turns it over.
See the Queens defensive intensity is lifted. just forcing some mistakes and forcing people to handle the ball a little more than they want. Keeping it out of people, keeping it out of Thomas and Ledger Walker's hands. We see Reed with the deflection defensively.
8th turnover of the game for the Kahu. Dodson setting the screen here for Carr. Deep 2. She's usually pretty good from there. Adds another 2. So the Kahu came out and responded from that timeout. Grace Hunter picked up for the foul. The Queens have steadied in the last couple of minutes, but fouls are a problem right now for the home team. Eliana Tauihi will head to the TAB.
Coach Jodie Cameron was on top of that. You could hear her yelling, shooting, shooting.
And screaming at Eliana, saying, go, get over there, you've got shots. Let's see what she can do from the stripe. The first one is a miss. It's her first shot of the game. Second effort is a lot better. Drags that margin back to 6. And in the blink of an eye, Chrislyn Carr brings the ball up the floor again. Dodson wasn't looking for it. Queens have had their own problems with turnovers this quarter as well. Thomas down low. Lokatui makes it hard. And in the end, defense won out. We don't see that too many times against Amari Thomas. Steph Watts on the take. Step around to Dodson. Oh, big block coming across to Miller. I reckon the foul might have happened just before that. We'll wait for the call from Sampan. And there it is. It's actually on Tara Reid, the foul. You'll see here just reaching in from the side. The block looked clean.
The block looked great. This is what Guy Malloy is saying. Rim protector, someone who can block shots, grab rebounds. Tall Ferns have a bright future.
I was speaking to Tall Ferns coach Guy Malloy during the week. He does not miss a game. Rapid League and Tauihi watches the lot. He has got his eye not only on the current Tall Ferns, but importantly, and through Rapid League, the Tall Ferns of the future.
And he is going to be a very busy man then, because he has got Rapid League to watch.
Yep.
He will have the Tauihi League to watch. And he, of course, is taking control of the Sydney Flames. So that is going to be, he's going to be a very busy guy soon.
He doesn't mind taking a note either. That'll be an offensive foul against Tara Reid, just raising that elbow. And purely accidental. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. You can see it there. Copying Latava Kenny on the nose. Timeout called. 3:40 to play in this second quarter. Queens are out to an 8-point lead. Latava Kenny, by the way, for those who may not have seen the earlier Sky Broadband Rapid League game, she certainly came out and put on a show, didn't she?
She really did. She was getting it done. On the glass, throwing assists and scoring as well.
There's Tegan Graham's dad in the house tonight, enjoying seeing the Queens in action.
Yep, Steve's been coaching basketball for a long time. He's working here in Wellington on both the men's and women's side, working with high schools. Very, very good coach. Shout out, Steve.
One game still to come in round 5 of Tauihi. The Hoiho in action tomorrow against the Phi. That game live from Queenstown. Rapid League followed by Tauihi.
And you said that the Hoiho are expecting their full roster.
I think Ashton Prechtel and Zoe Richards will both be suiting up for that game.
That will help them a lot. Those two add so much value.
Earlier news here, speaking of injured players. Kahu management confirmed this morning that Talia Tupoia, who's right there with the team, you can see her in full tracksuit down on the sidelines, out with a shoulder injury at the moment. There is some positivity around the camp that she will return this season, so that is terrific news for the reigning Tauihi MVP.
And you think the Kahu still have, they're missing from this game, Tupoia, Madgen to come in, and Davidson to come back.
There's some 3 gun players, isn't there? It's very easy to forget about the Australian Opals captain Tess Madgen because we haven't seen her yet. There's Talia Tupoia. Crystal Ledger-Walker has had a singlet change, by the way. Some blood on the number 6, so she's now in the number 5. Back underway. Queens by 8. Carr around Thomas. Ledger-Walker steps up. Dodson now on the drive against Tamilo. Stepping back over the top. Runs around the rim. And importantly for the Kahu, it doesn't go down. Dodson commits the foul at the other end. Reed will head to the TAB. I reckon that's about the 7th or 8th foul on the Queens this quarter. They've been physical, and they're giving the Kahu chances from the stripe.
Also, the style of play is forcing the referees to make some calls there, putting the ball on the floor, trying to get to the rim, also trying to play through the post through Thomas.
And that might be Dodson's 3rd foul, which is why she's come off for a break. So one to keep an eye on. Players do have 6 personal fouls this season in Tauihi. Reed adds another 2 from the stripe. She's got 13 in the game now. Here's Carr. 3 to play in the first half. Graham can't get around Thomas. Kenny now, shot clock at 6. Gives it off to Beck. Beck stepping through. Hands everywhere. Comes up with it. Doesn't matter. Shot clock expires. And mark that down as turnover number 9 against the Queens.
And it was the Kahu in the first quarter, 5 turnovers, but their defensive pressure has lifted, forcing the Queens into a number of turnovers so far.
Steph Watson, Maya Dodson, both sitting at the moment for the Queens. Maybe an opportunity here for the Kahu to close this gap ahead of the second half. Tegan Graham with the job on Thomas. Bodies everywhere at the moment. Now that was Thomas coming through the paint. Graham's gone down. Beck's gone down. The Kahu have got a basket out of this. You'll see just off the screen there, that was Thomas coming up from the low post to the high post.
Well, the Kahu are running a cross-screen action where they're trying to they're sending someone away to screen for Thomas to come get her on the strong side block. But there were just a number of bodies that got caught up, and as you see, a couple of Queens hit the floor.
And Reed's converted a 3-point play there to bring it back to 3. I don't mind the officials putting the whistle away there too, because all 3 players were making contact. And the Kahu get 3 valuable points out of it. Graham now pulls up the dribble. Queens gone a little bit stagnant since Dodson has gone off. Carr, step back for 2. She is just capable of nailing that deep 2 time after time after time.
And if you let her keep getting to that spot, it's going to be very tough, as we see here.
Same back the other way.
Exactly.
You give Thomas that spot.
You can't give him the spot.
Carr goes to 14. Thomas adds another 2. Just slipping down underneath Tegan Graham. And she's got 14 in the game as well. Steph Watts back onto the floor for the Queens. Thomas converts.
Cuts it to a 2-point game. Now, simple and easy are very, very different things. And saying that, hey, we need to stop Carr getting to her spot or Thomas getting to her spot, that's a simple thing to say. That's not very easy to do.
Yeah, make no mistake, both teams are certainly trying to shut down these American stars. Here's Crystal Carr on that drive. Ledger-Walker, and there was the push from 280. That's where the foul was called, and that might be Eliana 280's 3rd foul. Hence she comes from the court. Queens have it on the baseline. Beck to Graham, turnover, good hand, Udaseki. Ledger-Walker comes up with it. Turns around off the glass for 2, ties it up.
Just like that. 7 turnovers so far this quarter for the Queens.
Watts now on Reed. Turnover, mid-court, nearly for Aotearoa. And I think the Queens are going to have a chat here. They are. Timeout called by Tanya Tupu. They really have struggled with possession in the last couple of minutes, and it's allowed the Kahu to get right back into this game. The Queens led by as much as 8. It's now tied up at 39 apiece. Sell Super Special, you know what to do. If you want a large veggie pizza for $25, scan away and use that code, Miles.
That's a good deal. That is a good deal. Might be heading home via Sal's.
I did see your eyes light up when that came up on screen.
Oh, yeah.
The turnaround in this game in the last couple of minutes. Let's talk about the Northern Kahu.
Look, Kahu's defense has just absolutely shifted gears, forcing 7 turnovers so far in just over eight and a half minutes. You know, they were the ones with some turnover issues, but that there has put some pressure on the Queens. And the Queens nearly coughed up another one right there.
10 turnovers for the Queens. The Kahu have converted those turnovers into 11 points.
On the other side, the Kahu have given up 10 offensive rebounds. And they've done a better job in the last couple of minutes of tidying that area up.
So 1:21 to play in the first half. Queens ball, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Stella Beck. Steph Watts open for the 3 and nails it. That was well drawn up by the Queens in that timeout. And they convert. Steph Watts, such a sweet shooter. Top 10 draft pick in the WNBA. Ledger Walker answers with 3 of her own. And we're tied up again. Both teams still have their Sky City player timeout. Lokatui on the drive around Udaseki, who commits the foul. Paris Lokatui headed to the stripe.
And a little bit of the whistle came a little later, but still making that play.
Playing some important minutes tonight. Paris Lokatui was a big part of the Rapid League win earlier this evening. From the line, converts 1. Steph Watts rebound, back to work. What a contact, and in fact, an unsportsmanlike foul called from the trailing official. It is on Ash Udaseki. And if we have a look at the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay, geez, I'm not sure that Udaseki's done too much wrong there. In fact, she's copped an elbow for her problems. Steph Watts will head to the TAB. Miles Pearce, over to you.
That's a tough one. It did not look like an unsportsmanlike foul. Official is explaining the call there, but you know, that was just unless there
was a hold of an arm or a hold of a singlet, or we couldn't see it from that angle.
No, not from the angle we are. I thought that was just a common foul, hard foul, but still a common foul. Well,
it has resulted in 2 points for the Queens to Steph Watts, and they get possession. 45 seconds to play. Here's Watts on the take. Lane to the basket. Good hand that occasion from Udaseki. Pushes it out of play. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Watts, and it's hard to tell, isn't it? That was that unsportsmanlike foul. Stella Beck off the glass. Experienced stuff there from the Queen's skipper. 5-point margin.
And yeah, just like that, it's back to 5.
Both teams still with their player timeout. Inside the last 30. Thomas inside. Carr had it, lost it. Thomas on the turn draws the foul. And you can see the Queens just doing everything they can to try and stop the force of Amari Thomas. Second highest scorer in the competition, going at nearly 25 points a game. Had 34 last time against the Queens, has 16, make it 17 so far tonight. So she's right on target to repeat that 34 as we've got a timeout. 17 seconds to play. Queens by 3.
And the story of this quarter has really been how many fouls have been called and how many times the teams can get to the foul line. Both teams getting to the TAB foul line and their ability to generate looks and generate points off that.
Not much in this one tonight in Porirua. Queens have taken down the Kahu in their last 4 meetings. Got up by 13 earlier this season in Auckland. And of course, the most important of those last 4 meetings was last year's grand final. The Queens taking home the inaugural GJ Gardner Holmes Tauihi Championship. Back on court, 17 seconds to play. Queens ball out by 3. Can they get a late score here? Can the Kahu get a basket of their own? Carr getting busy quickly, back to Graham, open for 3. That doesn't go down. Kahu do get a chance. Reed, it's at 3, it's at 2, it's at 1, and it doesn't go down for Aotearoa Leach. That would have been a big basket to end the first half. As it is, the Queens hold a narrow 3-point margin. As always, these two teams continue to deliver great basketball and thrilling contests. Coaching staff of the Kahu having a chat as they try and plan their way forward in this second half. Let's head down to the sidelines. Chrislyn Carr, 14 points in the first half. Here she is with Miles Pearce.
Chrislyn, great start for you, 8 early points. How do you keep that form going in the second?
I say just pushing in transition, finding an open.
Here that are going to get ready to do their thing. Basically, this is the Ansco Foods Pro Number Partner for 2023. Basically, what is the word you have to spell, young sir? Zinc. You have to spell zinc. So he's going to get a basket, bounce the ball out, get a basket, and bring down those letters from that side. What word do you have to spell, young sir? Beef. Okay, zinc and beef. Okay, young sir, what is the word you have to spell? Okay, cool. And then last but not least, what is the word you have to spell to get ready? Iron. Okay, so we've got iron, lamb, beef, and zinc. So they have to go down to the other hoop, spell basket, get the letter, and return and spell the letter. Are you guys ready to go? First of all, I just heard that it's one of our young contestants' birthday. So real quick, her name is Ava. She's 11 or upper. So can everyone, can we please sing her happy birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ava. Happy birthday to you. And where else am I? Oh, happy. Yay. Yay. I like it. Okay, so youngsters over there. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Okay, on the count of 3. Get ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Like it. Alrighty. Some of these guys are fast. Super fast. 1 bucket. Get the little. Get the little. Get the bucket. I like it. Keep on. Good. It's alright. Go ahead. Yes. That's alright. Keep on. Yay.
Welcome back. Close one tonight in the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi round 5 action. The Queens and the Kahu putting on a show 47 to 44. Good crowd in attendance as always here in Porirua. The Queens faithful out in numbers. And they'll be a little bit nervous at the moment because this one could go either way. Let's have a look at the TAB stats to half-time. To take us through them all, here's Miles Pearce.
Okay, as you said, very even. Imports, Thomas and Reed getting it done for the Kahu, while Carr, Watts and Dodson leading the way for the Queens, which they have all year.
Rebounds, Maya Dodson has 3 fouls. Keep an eye on that in the second half, leading the way off the boards. Of course, no Penina Davidson tonight for the Kahu.
Not at all. The interesting thing we don't see in the rebounds there is offensive and defensive. 13 offensive rebounds for the Queens so far at halftime.
Been a big part of their game this evening. Crystal Ledger-Walker. You can probably mark down at least 6 of those 7 assists going straight into the waiting clutches of Amari Thomas.
And she is doing a great job. Crystal Ledger-Walker just leading the way, controlling her team and finding everyone else. Well, finding Thomas mainly, like you said, but finding everyone else.
And as much as we talk about the class of Amari Thomas and her ability to score, and she scores heavily, you've also got to give accolades to Crystal Ledger-Walker, who is responsible for continually getting those great passes into her.
Yeah, I mean, Thomas is doing a great job fighting for a position, holding a seal, but her teammates are doing a great job getting her the ball, and Crystal Ledger-Walker is leading the way there.
Queens on the way back out. Tegan Graham, the first one out of the change rooms. Halftime here. The Queens lead by 3. Quick break, and we're back for the second half right after this. Saturday night action in the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi Grand Final rematch. The Queens and the Kahu doing a battle, and what a battle it has been so far. A couple of other interesting stats from that first half, just having a bit of a deeper dive, Miles, into the TAB stat sheet. Maya Dodson with 6 rebounds, all offensive, has not taken one defensive rebound. And for the Kahu, Tara Reid and Amari Thomas, between them, have drawn 9 fouls. So they've been fouled 9 times. And between them, they've been to the TAB stripe 12 times, and they've converted on all 12 opportunities.
Kahu, 16 of 18 from the TAB foul line. And considering that they only had 4 trips in the first quarter, they did a great job putting pressure on the referees and attacking the paint.
Yeah, no question. The fouls racking up for the Queens in that second quarter. Just looking at the foul situation, Chrislyn Carr, Maya Dodson have 3 each. For the Kahu, Ash Udasiki and Eliana Tuadi also have 3 each as well. For me, if the Kahu are going to win this game, it's all about Tara Reid and Amari Thomas. If those two can keep going, the Kahu are in with a big, big chance to get the win tonight. For the Queens, as much as we see what we see from Chrislyn Carr, Steph Watson, Maya Dodson tonight, they need to step up in the second half and really deliver some major, major points. We know Chrislyn Carr will.
Yes.
Dodson and Watts, for me, are the two that need to take it to the next level.
And Dodson's doing a great job earning her team extra possessions on the offensive glass. 3 of 10 from the floor, so she's a little cold at the moment.
Missed a few, close to the basket.
And really taking some good looks. Ball just hasn't gone down. So she's got to be able to knock some of those down to help that scoreboard ticking over.
Steph Watts has 11 points in the game, by the way. She started to find her rhythm in that second quarter.
And she's doing it on a pretty good clip too. Only 1 of 4 from 3, but overall the team 40% from 3. That's not too much to worry about.
4 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals as well for Steph Watts. Northern Kahu to get first possession in this second half. And they will be hoping for a great start. Ready to go. Tara Reid to get things underway. Queens out by 3. Been a close battle.
And here's that cross-screen action that we spoke of, trying to figure out how to get something in low.
Watts has the job on Reid. Dodson has the job on Thomas. Ledger Walker comes up with the first basket. Carr has the job to do there. And we're back to 1. Steph Watts walks it across halfway. Turns the Dodson screen. And as soon as she gets a glimpse of that open lane, lights out. She goes straight away. Super quick Steph Watts up to 13.
And we can see the answer coming back there, but blocked out of bounds.
Truesdell with the block. And we saw last year Josie Truesdell and her ability to get late hands on the ball like that. Good defense, margin at 3.
She has very good timing when it comes to those, getting a hand, getting a piece, blocking shots, as we see Kahu with another score.
Well, Thomas had 3 black singlets around her then and still came up with the basket. She moves to 19. Hesitation, Chrislyn Carr. Clever play. 16 for her tonight. Here's Grace Hunter all over it, up against Leach. Leach wins it back. Tamilo with the shot. Nice looking shot too from the elbow.
And if she can continue to knock those down, that's going to make her. That's going to make the defense have to guard that, spread them out a little more, and open some driving lanes for teammates.
Well, let's not forget she's only 18. Dodson, easy basket underneath, helped by Grace Hunter.
She missed a couple of those chippies in the first half, as we mentioned, so great to see her get that get that to go. Hopefully that gets her rolling to keep the scoreboard ticking over and her point tally going on the upward trajectory.
She moves to double digits now, 10 points for Maya Dodson, another WNBA player, one of the 9 in Tauihi this season. Ledger Walker, nice basket. And that's the way this second half has started, basket for basket. Dodson inside. Speaking of those chippies, here's another one of those ones that don't quite drop for Maya Dodson. Tamilo, great basket, well seen by Tara Reid.
Did a very good job running the floor, never gave up on the play. Teammates able to find her.
And Kahu out by 1. Important time of the game.
Crystal just able to steady the ship. Here we're on that triple post action. Cross screen to a down screen.
Here's Ledger Walker now wearing the number 5 off the glass. Too much on it. Watts with the rebound. Here come the Queens with speed. Steph Watts leaves it short. Great defense there by Tara Reid, who comes up with it now. Quickly downhill. She goes all the way. Truesdell with the foul. And Tara Reid is headed back to the TAB. Here's the replay, sizing up her options. Strong work. And she's a perfect 5 of 5 from the TAB tonight.
I've been so impressed with her ability to handle the ball in the full court and then be able to make change of pace, change of direction off the dribble. She is a handful out there.
I bumped into Tara at Auckland Airport this morning, stepping onto the plane together. Stick with the play here. Carr, Dodson, rebound, foul. Yeah, talking to Tara at the airport this morning and the opportunity that's ahead of her. Here's Dodson getting up a couple of times. Tamilo with the foul. Heading over to the WNBL in Australia to take up a spot with the Melbourne Boomers, and a team that I spent a bit of time with, of course, in the past, an organisation I spent some time with, and we were chatting about the Boomers, and you could just see the excitement in her face already, just the prospect and the opportunity that now lays ahead of her coming out of the Tauihi, getting her chance to play in the WNBL in Australia. Just jumping out of her skin.
And that is a tough league too. There are some great players, as she's going to find out very soon with her new teammate arriving next week.
Indeed. Well, you're thinking of Tess Madgen.
Yes.
Who has joined the Sydney Flames, by the way.
No, her teammate from here that will play at the Kahu has been playing in that WNBL.
Yep, absolutely.
But yes, you're right. Tess Madgen is going to the Sydney Flames, where Coach Guy Malloy. The New Zealand connection just keeps on growing.
Watts putting it up for the Queens. Some back and forward stuff while we're talking all things Australian WNBL. Don't mind us. We're all tied up at 56 apiece. Starting to settle into this third quarter. There's that cross screen, down screen action again. Truesdell, another block, loose ball. And Leach has drawn another foul. So the Queens continue to give the Kahu a lot of looks from the TAB. Here's that turnover. Dodson on the drive, and Watts in the right place to mop it all up. Timeout here, midway through the third, 56 apiece. And when we restart, the Kahu will be back at the TAB.
I just love that last replay we saw. Watts sticking with the play. Following up her teammate, grabbing that offensive rebound and putting it back in.
Well, since you liked it so much, we'll have a look at it again. GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. And this is exactly what you're talking about with Maya Dodson and Steph Watts. So the Queens have a chat. They led by 4 at quarter time. They led by 3 at halftime. And what we saw when these two teams met earlier this season, Miles, is as the game went deeper, the Queens ran harder, and that was the difference in the contest.
And they do have the athletes to do that. You look at how their roster is built, and you look at the lineup walking out on the floor right now for the Queens. Very, very switchable. Everyone's got the ability to handle the ball, push the ball at pace. So it's something for the Kahu to keep an eye on.
Maya Dodson with her 4th foul, by the way. Leach at the TAB misses the first. 21st trip to the line for the Kahu tonight. Queens have been there 12. Second shot Leach is a miss as well. So the Queens get away with one there. Chrislyn Carr again with speed. Stella Beck for 3. Big response for the Queens.
Absolutely huge. We just mentioned the ability that everyone on the floor right now for the Queens has got the ability to shoot the ball. And we can see that quick push from Carr. Stella Beck knocking down a shot.
And they've got the ability to run. Thomas inside, sealing over the back. Well fronted by Truesdell, but the pass was absolutely on point. Here's Carr turning back to the basket on Leach off the glass. Won't go. Leach with the rebound. And the Kahu back the other way, down by 1. Reed. Now Ledger Walker. Thomas wants it inside, gets it inside. 3rd block of the game for Truesdell. But Thomas gets it back for another 2.
And gives the Kahu the lead, 1-point lead.
And she's got 23 in the game. Here's Steph Watts.
What would Casey Frank say about that play? The stick-to-itiveness?
Oh, he'd definitely say that.
Got blocked, got it back, put it back in.
Reed now, corner, long look at it. Ledger Walker, in and out. Beck takes it out of the hands of Udasiki. And back she comes for the Queens. Here's Steph Watts, hesitation over Udasiki. Contact, no whistle. Steph Watts asks the question. 4 to play in this 3rd quarter.
And this is where either team needs someone to be able to take control. Control the tempo, control the ability, control the shots taken. This was where Thomas miss a turnaround in the post.
And a rare miss for her as well. Let's have a look at Amari Thomas here, going to work. 1 block, gets it back. Uses her body so well to create position. She is a star of the competition in season 2023.
And almost already at her average. She's 23 so far in the game, averaging almost 24 and a half.
In her senior year, as they go inside to her again, hands it off to Udasiki. In her senior year at college, 10 times she scored more than 30 in a game. Had a 50-point game as well. Carr pulls up, just does not miss those.
No, but when was the last time you had a 50-point game?
Oh, come on. Come on. Queens back out by 1. Thomas fronts up. Ball on the floor. The Queens are ready to pounce in numbers. They know the danger. Ledger Walker now. Udasiki creating some opportunity. Did she get it off in time? It's counted. 3 points are good. Just in time. Puts the Kahu out by 2. Graham responds with a triple.
Great answer and great job, Stella Beck, denying Crystal Ledger Walker all the way up court, just forcing someone else to bring the ball up and set the offense.
Seen some good buzzer beaters, haven't we? We've seen some great passes as well. None better than that one. Ledger Walker to Reed for 2. Carr all the way, adds another basket. It is blow for blow.
It is indeed, and when she gets going, there's just no one that can stay in front of her.
She has 20 in the game now, Chrislyn Carr. Averages 22 on the season. Ledger Walker pulls it up. Thomas all by herself. Had a long look. Watts, rebound. Udasiki is down behind play. Watts out of control. And 280 is there to take it back for the Kahu. Slows down momentarily. Players gather their breath. Eliana 280 here on Carr. Carr defensively did enough, but in the end, the basket was able to drop.
And Carr was guarding Reed at the start of that possession. The Kahu just a little slow, still able to manage to Queen started to rotate out as we see Lokatui miss one underneath. But Stella back there to clean it up.
16th offensive rebound for the Queens. And it is just up and back stuff. Tegan Graham called for the push on Ash Udasicki. Here's the GJ Gardner-Holmes replay. There's the shove in the back. And Tegan Graham looked straight to the coin official, Amy Jo, and just said, okay, you got me. Can't hide that one.
That's a tough one to hide. That is a tough one. But, you know, we could still plead our innocence.
Yeah, there's not a judge going around that's going to listen to that story. 1:14 to play in this third. And it has been electric. Basket for basket. Ledger Walker turns, hits another three. Big basket late in this third quarter for the Kahu. They're out by 2. Can the Queens respond again? Dodson takes it off Lokatui. And the block by Thomas was clean.
And the timing of that, we've been talking about the timing of Josie Truesdale's block shots, but there's another one there to add to it as we see Mason handling the ball out top.
And just drives straight around Tamilo, didn't she? But should have finished the shot. She'll be disappointed with that. Ledger Walker has been a handful in this third quarter. Gets around Thomas with the screen. Tamilo wants it inside, gets it over Mason, adds 2, and this is a nice little run for the Kahu.
Building a 4-point lead, biggest lead of the game for them.
It is indeed. And now in the hands of Chrislyn Carr. Shot clock is just inside the game clock by about half a second. Carr, Ledger Walker, Carr, Chrislyn Carr. What a basket for the Queens. But the Kahu lead at the last change. The table is laid and we are all set for a huge last quarter tonight. GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi grand final rematch living up to all expectations. Quick break, last quarter coming right up.
So what these young guys gonna do, they're gonna shoot some buckets real quick. And the one that gets the most buckets will win a prize, and actually all these youngsters will get a prize anyhow. Okay, are you guys ready to shoot some baskets? Are you guys ready? On the count of 3. Remember, count your pockets too. Okay, 1, 2, 3, let's go, kids. Hey, I was going to raise last week some of the kids were fighting. Yeah. Okay, people, okay? Okay, get it, man. I like it. Little buckets for little people. Oh. Man, some of these kids are fucking. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 5, 3, 2, and 1. Time, break, hey! Big round of applause to these and give me some buckets. And our kids. So, tell us your numbers, and we will give you a prize. That's right. Thank you for getting buckets. 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 Thank you.
Welcome back. Battle of the point guards tonight in Tauihi. Chrislyn Carr and Crystal Ledger Walker turning it on in that third quarter. Carr moves to 22 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. And and Crystal Ledger-Walker has a double-double, 15 points and 10 assists for her tonight. The Kahu lead by 2. Miles Pearce, your thoughts?
I still can't get over the amount of offensive rebounds. Another 4 in that quarter for the Queens. They've got 12 more shots and 17 offensive rebounds. The Kahu need to take care of the glass in order to take care of this game and come away with a win. Queens need to keep up that pressure to try and get the win tonight.
Opening possession for the Queens. Can they score out of this? Paris Mason spinning to the basket. Gets it to go. Called for the travel. So an early turnover there for the Queens. Have a look at this again. How do you see this one?
A little bit tough to see at that angle, but that's their 13th turnover for the game.
And now a chance for the Kahu. Cross screen, down screen action. Continuing to run it, and why wouldn't they? It's working. May work again. Tamilo, deep 2, has too much on it. Beck takes it. Now the Queens will look to run here. Great pass to Dodson. That is a skipper's pass, Stella Beck.
Touchdown. Stella Beck, and Dodson did a great job just running the floor. Stella Beck finding her in stride.
Reed pushing her way through. Foul called on Stella Beck, I think, here. It is. There's the quarterback pass from Stella Beck to Dodson. And this will put Reed back to the TAB. He's had a big game, Tara Reed.
First miss from the foul line, 7 of 8 right now.
Has 20 points to go with 5 rebounds and a couple of assists. Makes the second one there. She's done a lot of damage from the stripe tonight. Kahu by 1. Chrislyn Carr came to life in the third. She came to life in the last quarter against the Phi last week. If she delivers that again tonight, look out. May add another 2 here. She does. She's up to 24. I think she had something like 18 in the last quarter against the Phi last week.
And if the Kahu are going to avoid that sort of fourth quarter by Carr, they may need to look at trying to get the ball out of her hands. Double team her, press her early, deny her. Because she is generating a lot of stuff for the Queens.
Here's Paris Mason getting some minutes early in the last here. Inside, Mason takes, hands it off, Lokatui. That was the target. Tamilo in the way though. So another early turnover in this last quarter for the Queens. You'd expect Steph Watts to be back out there shortly. Here's Thomas. Reed inside, great pass to Ratoria Tamilo.
See the Queens just try and cheat and cheat that cross screen action. Tamilo coming up with the easy 2 inside.
She's got 12 in the game tonight. Been very impressive. Stella Beck here pulls up, gets the roll for 2. Again, similar to what we saw in the third, basket for basket.
It's going to come down to a very exciting finish at this rate. We see Reed just lose the handle.
And here comes Steph Watts and Tegan Graham. Replay. Slip of the hand there for Tara Reed. Queens have Carr, Beck, Graham, Watts, Dodson on the floor. Arguably their strongest 5 right now. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Tegan Graham backs it out. That looks short. It is. Tamilo may have just got a finger on it too.
With those long arms, anything's possible as we see Reed get into the paint.
Held up by Carr, yep, and called for the travel. May have been Steph Watts, in fact.
Took a little bit of a whack to the face by the looks of things.
So the Queens get it back out by 1. Long way to go in this game. And it really has been set up for a thrilling finish. Not much separating these teams all night. Tegan Graham finds the floor. Just stepping into her right there was Tara Reid, her third foul. No major concerns there for the Kahu.
No, with just under 7 to play and 6 fouls to give. She will be absolutely fine.
Here's Graham. Thomas right there with her. Turns one way, then the other. Oh, Steph Watts just turns the corner. How many times have we seen that so far this season?
She is doing some wonderful things with the ball.
She's got 17. She really lit it up in the last quarter against the Kahu when they last met. There's a foul off the ball here. Foul is against Tara Reid. Now that was down under the basket. That's her 4th timeout for the Kahu. Jody Cameron wants to have a chat. Can't say that I saw the foul. It was well off the play involving Tara Reid and Tegan Graham, who have been locked up a couple of times tonight.
They have indeed. They have indeed.
Queens lead it by 3. Leading scorers tonight, Chrislyn Carr has 24. Steph Watts is now up to 17. Maya Dodson has 13. Stella Beck has 9. Stella Beck hasn't missed tonight for her 9 points. Also has 5 rebounds, 4 assists as well. For the Kahu, Amari Thomas with 23. Tara Reid has 21. And Crystal Ledger-Walker has 15 to go with her 10 assists. Now, during the week on Sal's Hoopheads, we asked Crystal Ledger-Walker if her 10 assists last week was a career high, and she said yes.
So can she beat it tonight?
I got a feeling she will. Based on what we've seen so far, it looks like KLW is set for a new career high assist tally. 10 in the game at the moment.
Well, the Kahu need to try and get back to Thomas finding that same sort of position inside. They did a great job in the second and the third, finding her and being able to generate those looks.
Back underway. Well, she got to the basket. Rare miss from her off the glass. She's got to scurry back defensively. Numbers are with the Kahu right now. Carr rejoins the action. Inside, Thomas 3 to beat. Stepping across, foul, Stella Beck. She'll wear that one. Kahu will bring it in from the baseline.
And you can see the gravity.
Oh, no, they're giving her 2 here. So maybe on the replay, just have a look here. Was she going straight up? Well, you be the judge. That shouldn't be 2 shots for mine. I think they've got that call wrong, the coin officials. How did you see it? Well, they're going to award the 2 shots, and I think the crowd letting their feelings be known. We'll stay out of it. The officials closer than us, and again, we do have the benefit of the GJ Gardner Holmes replay as Thomas misses the first. I'm just looking at your face. You're going to say nothing, are you?
Well, the gravity that Thomas has down low when she catches is absolutely amazing. You can see the 3 black jerseys. It's definitely contact. The foul was no question. Whether she was shooting or not, hey, the official said yes, so, hey, she was shooting.
Yep.
Great deflection there by Tamilo.
Straight back into the hands of Carr. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Again, she gets to the basket with pure speed.
And the Kahu need to send someone, knowing that she is getting to the basket that easy. Their last help defender needs to be able to get across and at least challenge that shot. They can scramble on the backside, but right now there is nothing there, and she's getting a layup after a layup. 12
of 19 shooting tonight for Chrislyn Carr. Look at Ledger-Walker. That is just strength from the young Kiwi guard. What a basket. Brings it back to 2.
Watts with the slick crossover and find.
Oh, great block, Ledger-Walker. That was a sure basket.
She's doing everything right now. And they really need to get the ball in her hands to create everything, as we see them go back to Thomas. Instantly, a double team's come.
And Dodson with her 5th foul.
And that one was definitely shooting.
So foul number 5 for Dodson as they try and stop the brute strength of Amari Thomas, who heads back to the TAB. And now some concerns for the Queens. Do they roll the dice? Do they leave Maya Dodson on the floor? Blocked at one end by Ledger Walker. Commits the foul on Thomas at the other end.
Well, with the depth of bench, you've got Paris Mason, Paris Lokatui. Like, you can give her a spell for a couple of minutes. Even if it's just one, as we see Dodson again finishing at the rim.
Carr, you mean, of course?
Yes, Carr, sorry.
Well, Dodson is staying out there
Dodson's
right now.
on the floor. Yeah, we're just talking about Dodson and her foul trouble.
Queens by 3. Leach with the three-point attempt, knocked back. Kahu will be able to pick this up or not. May have been knocked back by a Kahu player, it was. So Queens take possession, 4:26 to play, nothing in the contest. Both teams have timeouts available. Both player timeouts are available. Kahu wanted a timeout there. Call may have come just after the ball came in, so Coach Jody Cameron will be hoping it doesn't cost them here. Deep 2, Steph Watts, Dodson rebound. Carr. Shot clock at 9. Around Ledger Walker, stepping back, shot clock at 5. She's got to get busy. Corner, Beck won't go. Rebound, Tamilo.
But you can see there, that shot was just another shot off another offensive rebound. We see a great stop there.
Steph Watts with the block and Carr with the layup. Timeout, Kahu. Margin at 5. Chrislyn Carr.
Brings her tally to 30.
30 points in the game. Defensive stop there from Steph Watts. And this is a Tauihi season high for Chrislyn Carr. What a performance tonight.
And she has got a lot of this point blank at the rim. She hit a couple of threes early. But apart from that, everything else has been off the bounce at the rim. Kahu need to make some changes defensively just to try and make this harder for her.
And look, she's 165 centimetres tall, so we know that she gives up height, but you come here and you see it, you experience it, you watch it on TV, you look at what she does, you would not know it. Absolute competitor, isn't she?
Not at all. No, and the way that she attacks the glass, like, you're right, she's one of the smallest players in this league, but she attacks the glass. She's averaging close to 8 a game. You know,
over 8 rebounds a game.
Over 8 and a half a game. You know, she is just an absolute competitor. Very, very quick and uses that speed both ends.
23-year-old from Iowa, Chrislyn Carr, who, let's not forget, the Queens signed Chrislyn Carr off the back of a change to their roster.
They did indeed. They had actually, they had their point guard returning from last year, Florencia Chagas, who was amazing throughout the season. I'd say they got a pretty good replacement in Carr.
No doubt about that. Back underway, 3:38 to play. Queens lead by 5. Queens with 1 foul to give, Kahu with 2 to give. Thomas, the target, as she should be. Hands it off. On the drive, in and out. Ledger Walker is fouled. Maybe contact with the leg. It's against Chrislyn Carr. That's her 4th.
And I don't mind that post-up where they're trying to go at Thomas against Dodson. Dodson's got 5. She's definitely not going to want a foul.
And I think that was just a reach across the arm. Well picked up by the coin officials.
And that is Carr's 4th. So could foul trouble come into play down the stretch here for the Queens?
Dodson's got 5. And in the bonus now as well for the Kahu. So that's the 4th team foul on the Queens. Reed looking for the foul. Beck keeps it in. Queens come up with it. Dodson receives, brings it out. Beck, Graham now. Here's Steph Watts on Tamilo. Wants to get past the young tall. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound, Thomas. Opportunity missed there for the Queens.
And Tamilo just able to use that length to bother that shot.
And Reed will go back to the TAB.
Tegan Graham with the foul.
And this is a hand on the body. You'll see it right there, the little push with the left hand. That's what the whistle is for. And Tara Reid has been very good from this spot tonight. 8 of 9. I apologise.
8 of 10. But you're right. Not the ability to shoot that percentage, but also the ability to get there as she misses both.
Wow. Well, I know people sitting at home will be throwing stones at me for the commentator's curse, but you never like to see that. Couple of opportunities missed there for Reid. She's had a big, big night. Steph Watts misses the triple. Amari Thomas is going to be the target here, you feel. Here's Reid. Using the screen of Thomas. Gets around and puts it in for 2. Great work there between Tara Reid and Amari Thomas. And you can see Thomas here just creating some space, and it's enough for Reid to get all the way to the hoop. Foul on Steph Watts.
The good news is that it wasn't on Carr, because that would have been Carr's 5th. So Watts picks up her 2nd, able to keep Carr in the game.
2:27 to play. Queens have called for a timeout. Couple of misses at one end for Steph Watts, and Reid with the conversion at the other. Queens always delivering plenty of entertainment to the fans. And they've been doing it on the court tonight, so too the Kahu. There's just a really, well, it's already built. I was going to say a building rivalry between these two teams, but it's already there.
It is indeed. And it you know, in just one short season, 1.5 short seasons, we've got this rivalry between them. And to think the quality of play, and the Kahu still haven't got a win over these guys.
Yep.
That's
well, not in the last 4 games. They got them the first time they played last year. Yep.
And that's a hell of a streak right now.
Whoever wins this one tonight goes to the top of the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi ladder. So there's a lot to play for as Tara Reid heads back to the line and converts. So we're at 2 yet again. Chrislyn Carr, can she come up with another big basket? She's got 30 points, game high scorer tonight. Dodson with the screen. Carr searching, gives it up to Graham. Watts on the turn through traffic. Carr helps her out. Shot clock at 5, at 4, at 3, at 2. Carr pulls up. Dodson rebound, put back.
That's her 7th, 8th offensive rebound.
Make it 10.
10 offensive rebounds.
And not only that, not one single defensive rebound tonight for Dodson, all at the offensive end. Turnaround, young Retoria Tamilo, what a basket that was. She's got 14 in the game, none better or more timely than that one. Carr, basket contact. She'll head to the TAB stripe.
I thought that was an unlucky call there, going vertical like that. That was fairly good defense, unless she was moving. Great verticality, tough call, but it gives Carr a chance to add to her 30.
Aotea Leach there with the foul. 2-point margin, 95 seconds to play. Unfortunate defensively there for the Kahu, but an opportunity for Chrislyn Carr. 2 of 2 from beyond the arc tonight. 14 of 21 overall from the field, and this is her first trip to the line, believe it or not. 1 of 1 from the TAB. Second one looks good off the hand, is good.
And considering how much she's attacked the paint and got to the rim, to be her first trip to the TAB, that's amazing.
Margin at 4, 90 seconds to play. Queens can't give away fouls here. Ledger Walker, big screen to Milo, gets it inside. Oh, great basket for Retoria Tamilo. We're back at 2.
Well, the Queens have really done a good job shutting down Thomas and not allowing her as many easy catches as they did earlier in the game. And Tamilo has just come alive, as we see Stella Beck with an impressive finish underneath.
Big basket from the captain, back at 4 points. Now it's about a stop for the Queens. Now it's about a score for the Kahu. Ledger Walker Tamilo comes out to meet her. Steph Watts defensively. Thomas a long way from home, hands it back off to Ledger Walker. From the TAB, doesn't get it to go, rebound Carr, round her back. Going forward, off to Dodson, Dodson with the basket. Oh, Chrislyn Carr, mark it down to her. The ability to keep it alive right there, amazing stuff. From this 23-year-old American, Chrislyn Carr sets it up for Dodson, and the Queens are back out by 4.
And you ask for more from Dodson. I feel like Dodson has given you that and plenty with those 10 offensive rebounds.
To go with her 17 points now as well. But how about Chrislyn Carr tonight? 32 points in the game, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, 2 triples, and just the way she kept things alive then.
She really has been the engine that's kept this thing running. She's been able to generate shots for herself and teammates. She's come up with defensive plays, deflections, and even then, stumble, fallen over, managed to keep control of the ball, create a shot for her teammate Dodson.
Well, there is absolutely no way we're riding the Kahu off here. They have come from this position many times so far tonight. Down by 6. Reed, Ledger Walker, Thomas, Tamilo. They're all going to be a part of this final play. Aotearoa Leach is out there as well. Here's Ledger Walker going back to the basket over the top. Gets it to go. Huge basket for the Kahu. Margin at 4. Foul. They've got fouls to give. In fact, that's the last one they can give. Queens still have their Sky City player timeout. Big stuff from Crystal Ledger Walker. Look at that. 19 for her tonight. 22 to play. Carr back to Graham. Graham over the top to Watts. They get it across the half. They've got time on their side. They lead by 4. Graham now.
Kahu have to foul.
Got a foul. Clock's at 8. They won't foul. They're going to let it go. Queens get the win by 4. That's it. Ball game. Crowd on their feet. Plenty of applause. And the Queens get home by 4. What a win for them. Celebrating. 92-88 the final score as the teams come together. And yet again, these two rivals put on a great show of GJ Gardner-Holmes Tauihi Basketball. Pro Women's League at its absolute best. High scoring, high octane, and filled with thrills, spills, and plenty of action tonight. Queens go top of the table with the win. A lot to like about the Kahu. They've still got some big names to come back in. Penina Davidson, Tess Madgen. And from what we're hearing, Talia Tapia may not be too far away as well. But the Queens celebrate tonight. Chrislyn Carr, 32 points in the game. Steph Watts with 17. Maya Dodson with 17 to go with her 10 offensive rebounds. Stella Beck with 11. The 3 imports for the Queens, huge tonight. And we've got all 3 of them right now with Miles Pearce.
Ladies, fantastic finish to that game. How you guys feeling?
Pretty good. We fought for the whole game, and I'm happy that we were able to finish it out.
You did indeed. 10 offensive rebounds. You guys generated those shots. 32 points. You guys got it done collectively. How were you guys able to get over the line?
It was just a complete team effort. Like, you know, CC was great down the stretch, Maya on the boards, but then everyone just came together collectively and stepped up in big moments.
All right, how do you guys recover and then get ready for the next one?
Yeah, I definitely think we got to recover well, be there for each other, and just take our time. We're ready for the next game, though.
Hey, we'll celebrate this victory and good luck in your next one. Thank you so much.
Well, a big night for the Queens 3 imports this evening. Let's have a look at the TAB stats, and there is so much to work our way through here. Some huge performances this evening. None better than Chrislyn Carr with her 32. Here are the TAB stats. Tara Reid, we've got her there finishing with 24. Not sure that she stepped off the floor tonight. She didn't. She played all 40 minutes. Thomas was actually well held in that probably last 12 minutes of the game.
It was indeed, and it was great to see Tamilo step up and start scoring there. But the Queens really adjusted and made every single catch really tough for Thomas.
Love the game of Crystal Ledger-Walker tonight. Maya Dodson, 10 rebounds. Every single one of them offensive.
And that is just in a 4-point game, generating that many second chance opportunities, huge for the Queens.
And look at that, career high for Crystal Ledger-Walker tonight, 13 assists. Just super impressive with what she delivered.
She really is the engine that makes this thing go, and you think the game was like this, and that was without Penina Davison, without Madgen, and without Tupaia. Like, this is going to be a great matchup come playoff time.
We'll keep going through the TAB stats and blocks. Actually, Josie Truesdale came up with 3 really important blocks tonight.
Yeah, she's got great timing. Plays great defense and much better timing than her Arthur husband, who had a great career in the Sal's NBL.
You just got to sink the boots in, don't you?
Arthur and I were teammates, and I got to love him. He's a great man, but Josie getting it done on the defensive end.
Watson Ledger-Walker with 3 steals apiece. What a game that was tonight. The Queens win the earlier Sky Broadband Rapid League game 42-36, and then they get the job done over the Kahu in the GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi clash, 92-88, and with that, the Queens move to the top of the ladder. One game to come in round 5 tomorrow afternoon. Hope you can join us live on Sky Sport for all the action when the Hoi Hoi and the Phi do battle in Queenstown. On behalf of the entire team here at Sky Sport, including Miles Pearce with us in commentary this evening, it's all smiles for the Queens as they get the win, 92-88. We'll see you for more GJ Gardner Homes Tauihi action tomorrow.
You're going to go head on to there'll be some form of takeaway. It got a little painful, like the first week. Driving down the lane, driving back. Like, let's go. About 3 weeks now, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'm driving the train.
So